Well, hello, good people. Hello. Nice to see you all here. Hi. Nice to have you all here. Welcome in, everybody, to a very special edition of Braylon Lee's Virtual Tour Live. We are here, baby. Oh, my Lord Jesus. So much to talk about today. Oh, my Lord Jesus, y'all. We had a panel today. We had a panel today, darlings and kings. Yes, we did. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Braylon Lee. We are live on tour. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are going on tour. Child, a Queen C with GG9 will be here in just a minute. I'm about to let my Instagram audience know that we are live. Just let me get myself together here because, child, I've been updating them with so much. Child, we are live. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, y'all, because, woo, child. So, okay, let me see. Copy link. Instagram. Hang on. All right, hang on. Let me. Oh, come on. Come on. No, going it. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Give me a moment. Yes, okay. We are live. Okay. All right, y'all. We are here. Welcome in. Oh no, it is okay. Look, listen. Hopefully the sorority meeting went well. A Queen C with GG9 will be here in a minute. Y'all, the panel was lit today. We had Chris and Aries on from Ray to Love, y'all. It was so good. It was so good. Y'all give me a moment here because the Queen C with GG9 just asked me if I'm ready. I'm on now. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for Queen T with GG9 to get here. How are y'all doing on this Saturday? I hope you're doing well. This is my first Saturday edition of Virtual Tour Live. Y'all, woo, Lord. So we recapped the whole episode, child. Okay, we recapped the fact that, Chris said some words, misspoke, but that he really didn't do anything wrong. He was just giving his opinion. We had this young lady that said he was a full-blown narcissist, and I gathered her soul where she may not have a soul to speak again. It was heavy. So then Chris and Aries joined the panel. That was a lot of fun. We all got to ask questions, great questions, by the way, by Talk with Solana Q, a Queen T with GG9, and of course myself. We talked about Sierra and Jessica and how they have an inner battle there. And what I really got from this panel was this is the real that we're looking for, right? We're looking for connections within what we watch to be able to see ourselves within what we watch, right? We're looking for quality in our content now, not just quantity and how we see it. It was quite interesting with Game Night and Janelle as well, and how Janelle hanging in there, Braylon. It's good to see Revelation 2023. It was interesting to see Janelle act like such a princess, throwing a princess tantrum, right? Because at the end of the day, Game Night was fun and it was supposed to be lighthearted questions. And there was a question about, do you believe in pulling your own weight? I'm paraphrasing, but basically, Sierra and Katarina said that I'm not going to pull any weight, and then Janelle said to Katarina, "Oh, we know," but what Janelle failed to understand was this: they did not want to carry any emotional weight that they have worked through to get to where they didn't want to pull any emotional weight that they have worked through to get to where they are now. They don't want to carry anyone else's emotional weight, because sometimes weight is too heavy to carry, and not everybody's weight is the same, right? So, Rose, thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Aries and Chris may be stopping by because they were on the panel with Talk with Solana, myself, with Queen T, with GG9 and Q, and they may actually be here, y'all. So listen, it just goes to show you, keep doing what you're doing. Do not let your numbers, do not let the ebbs and flows of what people say, don't let your outside circumstances determine how you rise up into your greatness. You know what I mean? Please do not do that. Because let me tell you something, there are some people on YouTube that will never get to that caliber. We don't have to say their names because I think you already know who I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, listen, just be careful out here of who you watch, because some people are broadcasting their representative and others are showcasing their true selves, and their true selves are usually heathens from hell and not angels from heaven. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, welcome into Braley's Virtual Tour Live, the Raid to Love after show. I'm trying to get Gigi not in here. I don't know where she is. Let's see. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Because I don't know where she is, because we're supposed to be doing this together. Hey, on now. So how was y'all day today? Hopefully your day was good. It was productive. It had some joy over there as well. Rose, what did you think? What did you think? And by the way, y'all got to see me in a different capacity. And yes, I was drinking a little bit of tequila. Tequila if you're Bugetto, tequila if you're regular schmegular. So I was a little on the sauce, but I meant every word I said, though. Here's the thing, too. I think people misjudge me on the fact. I think people misjudge me on the fact that that Braylon is deep and thoughtful and reflective, but yet he can go ham and mental gangster and just call everybody every name in the book. That's not true. I defend men, women, children, individual, or whatever matters to the culture. But also, too, in that same account, I'm not going to put up with any disrespect. And so if you honestly believe that I'm one way as a human being, guess what? There's somebody judging you the exact same way, honey. Okay. So I just wanted to say that for sure. 7 people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Absolutely. Hang on. Let me send the link to GG. And if you guys want to come up and talk, feel free. Because let me tell you something. If you don't know what's going on with the show, don't worry. We got you. I thought you went live, and I go live at the same time. Okay. Y'all, 8 people in the building, 9 people in the building. I'm here for this. Yes, I'm here for it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Welcome into Braley's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour. All right, let me get the link together. GG, I am so sorry. So here's the thing. On StreamYard, you can allow guests to stream to their own destinations. So I thought that Gigi would go live and I would go live on my own channel at the same time. And y'all know I am an equal opportunist for social capital. So I would not just go live to make sure nobody else goes live. I'm not about that. There are some people that are. There are some people that are selfish, hateful, disgusting, trash, and also they will do anything just to be something when really they are nobody because they have nothing else better to do in their life. So, anyway, just hey, listen, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond. But if you respond, a hit dog must be hollering. Why I say must be true to some degree about your behind. Hang on one second, y'all. Let me get the link together. Let me get the link together. Because we got some things to get into. The link is pinned, y'all. The link is pinned. Let's get into some things. Let's get into some things. Now, people in the building, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are on tour. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Gigi, just click the link right there and you should be able to get right in, Queen. All right. Y'all ready for an after show? Oh, let's go on tour, shall we? Gigi, we're driving on the highways, byways, streets, back roads, and any type of, avenue of the possibilities of what can be. We're live on tour, Gigi. Welcome in, Queen.
Hey, listen, let me tell you. I am a safe driver, so I'm going to buckle up, but I also like to, smoke and look at the scenery.
Listen,
so I'm going to enjoy this ride, okay? This is definitely.
We are all the scenery in the world we're going to enjoy because let me tell you, y'all, today on the panel, it was lit. Do you hear me? Okay.
So it was beyond lit. Like, lit is like, it was wonderful.
Woo. Lord help. Revelation, you are all good, Queen. If you want to be up here, you can. Like I said, if anybody comes for you, just tell them to go check out the panel I just did and let them know about themselves. Okay, I will make sure.
Hold on, I had to. Man, listen. If you guys know, then you know. I definitely had to. Hey, brother, you gotta. Don't hurt them too bad. Not right now. Calm down.
I was a little bit of. Listen,
no games played. Okay.
Listen, I'm a mental gangster. I am the mental version of Ghost St. Patrick.
Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will mentally choke you like Ghost choked Tasha to the back of the refrigerator. With my words.
Not the Ghost. No. Not how Ghost did Tasha. On the refrigerator. Oh, I'm gonna choke you all the way back to the refrigerator. Don't even try to get your feet together. Don't. Shuffle.
I think that young lady knows how to tread now. Now that she knows me.
I think everybody might know how to tread now because that right there was it was something. Just so know that
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Great panel, though. Let me tell you, I love the panel that we do, and I always talk about how much I love being on the panel with you, and that's why I don't know why you thought we was going to do this separately. You know what I'm saying? Am I my brother's keeper? No.
No, and honestly too, I thought I did give you the link to go stream live on your channel and mine at the same time. I really thought I did do that. I know I gave the permission.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know. It's nothing.
Okay, well, trust me. I would not. As long as we've been knowing each other, I wouldn't do that to you.
Of course not. Like I completely listen. I know you, and actually, you know what? I actually see it right now. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to do it. Yes, I is.
Yes, indeed. Stay Tuned Reviews is in the building. Stay Tuned Reviews. Stay Tuned Reviews. I hope you are proud of me because let me tell you something. I laid it down. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Brother laid it down. Okay?
Listen. And wait, let me see. Stay tuned. I just want to say I am so happy that you was good. You behaved yourself with Aries in the chat. Like
You really did. You showed some restraint.
A lot. I was like, wait a second now. Okay. I see you.
And by the way, y'all, I did message Chris and Aries. Aries said that she was going to go work out, but she may be on if we're still alive. So we're gonna be here for a good while. We're gonna be here
Right.
for
I
a
was
good
gonna say
while.
now, y'all know anytime it comes to, a virtual tour with Braylon Lee, it can go anywhere from, you know, from one day to a week. So we just have
Woo!
to be prepared. Make sure that you're ready to camp out. Do you have all your gear?
Woo!
Okay. Do
Listen,
we need to stop at the
listen.
store?
I
Listen.
feel I feel like at first the car I feel like the car that we have in our wonderful intro is a nice car, but I feel like sometimes it depends on the tour we're going on. So because this is such a big one, I got the RV to go on tour this time because there's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot. We're gonna need to lay down. We're gonna need to go to the restroom as we're traveling on this virtual tour. So where do you want? So where do we want to start? Do we want to start at the beginning?
You know what?
Um.
I feel like it's best that we have to start at the beginning at
Okay.
least. We cannot just listen. And this is
Woo!
I am growing right now. I am growing because I would have just jumped right in head first. Like I'm a diver. Okay, that's no problem. But I feel like we should go ahead and just start at the beginning. Ease
Mm-hmm.
them in so that they can
Woo!
fully understand
Mm-hmm.
when it got hot
Ooh.
and how that all came to be. Because I feel like there needs to be a full understanding.
Context is everything. Yes.
Absolutely. So I feel like, yeah, let's go ahead and start from the
Okay.
beginning.
So we start at the beginning of the episode at the getaway, right? And so basically, this overnight getaway is to solidify some of the connections in the house. There are, I say house in terms of a mental house experience. There are 6 women and 4 men. So the men definitely are in control. And so we get to that, right? And so basically what ends up happening is it's basically, them getting to the place and everybody getting their rooms, all that type of stuff. It was, and you know what? I will say this. It's nice to see on this show that we can see joy and also people just being shady and real. And I feel that this overnight getaway was real. It was just friends going to a very nice house, by the way. Shout out to Own for whoever's house
That
that
it was
was that y'all were
definitely
at.
in this house.
That was definitely very nice. And so they got the luggage. The gentleman got the luggage, and it was a good energy. And so you have all of that, and then of course the legendary nephew Tommy coming through, saying that, hey, this is a getaway for you to figure out your choices, and the bedroom is right upstairs. And somebody said, well, we're ready to love, not ready to make kids. Let me tell you something. If I was in that house, let me tell you, I'm gonna be making some good loving. Somebody gonna be knocking some boots, okay?
That's right.
Making some
Somebody rocking,
good loving.
knocking. Listen.
Listen, you owe me a Coke. You owe me a Coke. Lord help. Lord help me. This don't
Listen.
make no damn sense. Oh Lord. Okay.
Listen. Oh my gosh. We have not even gotten into it, okay? Listen, this is how I was with you this morning when I was watching that, and I was like, you know what? 5 minutes in. I haven't even been 5 minutes in. And I'm already talking shit. Like, what the hell is did you say sister wife?
Listen.
Sister?
Listen. Ooh, Lord help. Lord help. So what do you have to say about that opening part? Them coming up and nephew Tommy coming through, setting the scene. What did you think about that opening?
That I thought it was great. I loved the opening, but just like I said on the last panel, I was caught off guard. I was taken aback by Lee saying, we're like, when she was talking to Aries and Katarina in the car, and they were all talking about Chris, and she was just like, we're some sister wives. And I was like, wait, what? Did she say that? And they all shook their head and agreed. Okay.
Listen, I had to go back. I had to go back to make sure that was her because, child, I was so in tune into the episode. But yeah, and listen, I mean, for what it is really a sister wives thing that y'all are all dating the same guys, and you know you're sharing in this experience together as one, right? So. So we get through all that, and then you know everybody's kind of getting to their groove. Aries and Phil are playing some type of game, and it involves balls. And so you know Aries said, "You know, you're really comfortable with throwing balls," and Phil's like, "Well, I've been having them for a long time." And I'm just like, you know what? That's low key something I would say. I'm like, well, I mean, obviously. Listen, the ball drop in Times Square is not the only thing that knows how to drop. Okay, listen. We gonna have a New Year's Eve countdown tonight.
Listen here, it's New Year's Eve in July. What you want to do?
Hell to the low. So,
you know, where you trying to be and who you trying to be with? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, we could be it together.
Listen, damn straight. So. And y'all, listen, this is your first time over here. Thank you for coming over here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Of course, like and comment, share, and subscribe to Queen TV GG9. Of course, Talk Salon. Subscribe to her channel. Of course, I don't know if Q has a channel, but either way, support Q as well. But yeah, y'all, it's going to be a lot of humor in this, so I'm just going to let y'all know now. So then we get to, we get to the witches of Wicked, the black witches of Wicked. Okay, Jessica and Janelle, and it's no coincidence that they both start with J. Okay, so basically they are in the bedroom saying, you know, Quentin brought up this, you know, luggage for us. It's like, no, some dudes are just a gentleman. That doesn't mean you get special treatment. Everybody's luggage had to come up. Okay, don't you ain't that privileged. You're not that privileged. So basically, Janelle says, "Did you cut off Chris?" And she was like, "Absolutely, completely. Like, you cut him off like he was a business decision. What the hell? He ain't that bad of a dude. I mean, ooh, child.
Okay. Up like a bad credit card.
Exactly. And then you know, talking about Quinn and that, you know, Janelle is like, well, this is it. You know what I mean? And so. You know, then you're speaking of the man himself, you know, Quinn comes into the room and, you know, Janelle's like, it's either him or nothing. And so as Quinn comes into the room, listen, she looks up and listen, Janelle is very cute because if you hold because I'm pausing it at 8:15 right now. If you see the gaze lock, you know how you get like a you know how like you get a super soaker gun and you know there's the gauge, the orange gauge that kind of helps you zoom in. The gaze that was from Jessica and Janelle were deadlocked. Jeanette, you know, Jessica with the turn. Janelle, your body is blessed, honey, because let me tell you something, that curly hair and the frills at the bottom and that bodying all the way in the back, you know exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. If he was said, Jeanette, Jessica, respectfully, I need you to leave because I need to take her to a place that ain't Kansas anymore. We got some work to do. I'm gonna take a trip to Oz and I'll be right back. Because that was the position. It looked like you were ready. Okay.
Listen, so join me in the mystery machine. We need to solve a problem.
Listen, damn straight. And then Quinn just rocking from side to side.
Quentin just looked like, I'm sorry, Quentin looked like he was just waiting for formula.
Lord Jesus.
Quentin was waiting for formula, honey.
Lord help.
He was sitting there waiting for his mama to come feed him.
Woo! I mean, and listen, that is a type of dynamic in the BDSM world. And listen, role play is a wonderful thing. So if he wanted to do that, I would not be mad at him because Janelle's a very beautiful woman.
Absolutely.
Amen. Praise him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Listen. And
And
honestly,
I'm gonna
no,
say
go
something.
ahead.
With her being so beautiful, that's what pisses me off about her is for her to come at these women and want to go off looks. Oh, you ugly B. No, no, baby, come on now, now. Wait a second. Now there's some self-esteem leaking out somewhere, and it's not really suiting you too well,
No,
baby.
absolutely,
Like
absolutely.
I don't, I'm not, I can't rock with it. And you
And
know what? You've been rocking with Janelle for a long time. You've been
I have
taking
been
it for.
absolutely, I have
You have,
absolutely, I have.
and I understand that, okay? But wrong is wrong, and she
Yep,
is showing
absolutely.
all sides of wrong.
Absolutely right. I mean, listen, let me tell you all the reason why I rock with Janelle, because Janelle is the woman that understands that whatever needs to be done as long as it has purpose. She understands that she doesn't have time to waste. So whatever time she gives, it has to be intentional. But beyond that, she
Um,
can't go back in time to get back
does
what she
she
had
really?
because
But
does
does
she
she
really what?
really? Yeah, no. Does she really know that?
No
I
what?
don't think so. No, that her time is valuable and all of that. No,
Well,
because
well, I,
the way she demeans
you know
herself,
what? I cannot
because the
with
way that she
you.
stoops down and the way that she demeans herself and cuts her value
No,
down
you're
by
right.
always wanting to go after all of these different women and
No,
wanting to act like they're wrong or
you're
jump into
absolute.
shit that ain't got nothing to do with it, how she did with Chris. No, honey, that's
No,
not saying
no,
that you value your time and all of that. No, that
you're
lets
right.
me know that you got time for the bullshit and evidently you don't have enough to do.
No, you know what? And you're absolutely right in that. I was just saying this is how I want. This is how I was defending Janelle, right?
Oh, okay. My bad.
because she. No, you're good. But I think that's a very valid point, right? Because at the end of the day, how you spend time being as a human being will determine how you spend your time in other areas. But also, too, Janelle is a fine woman. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, y'all have seen me. If me and Janelle were put together, I'll put it like this: Nick Cannon had a video where it was a skit where Nick Cannon hugged a young lady, she became pregnant, and Nick Cannon said, "I'll send the bill in the mail." If Janelle hugged me, I tell you what, right now,
Ah,
child, let me tell you
would
something.
she be like Sierra? You know how I think I'm pregnant.
Let me tell you something. Some things will be grabbed, some things will be pulled, and let me tell you something. Um, let me tell you something. Juice will not be the only thing that she would be tasting. Okay, so
You
we're
know
just
what?
gonna move right on
You know
along.
what?
We're just
No,
gonna move
you know
right
what?
on
Damn,
along.
you know. See. Ah. See,
Listen,
this is why
Janelle.
we had to wait for the after show. Because listen, y'all don't understand. There's a lot of stuff we hold our composure when it comes to the regular panel because it's out of respect. Because
Oh,
when you're on
absolutely.
different platforms and you're around different people, certain ways you are. But when it comes to this, I'm gonna let y'all know there's no filter. It's
No.
uncut. It's raw,
Yep.
and there. You know what? You
Let me
know
tell
what?
let me tell you something. I'm gonna be real with you. If we were at a, let's just say we were at Essence Fest, right?
Yeah.
And me and Janelle got together, I'm not gonna turn it down. In the words of Shirley Murdoch, as we lay, we forgot tomorrow and
About tomorrow.
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
You grown and so am I. So listen, it would have happened, and can still happen. Hell, just and you know what? Honestly, let me just say this. I think honestly, even though Janelle does what she does, I really do believe that beyond that, that there is something good in her, right? Because at the end of the day, we all get miscast, but also, too, in the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you're giving me. And what I
Mm-hmm.
have often said about talking to grown women is this: young or old, you can be smart and kind. Young or old, you can be dumb and actual social self-hole. Is about the connection you make. So if me and Janelle were to end up together, I'm not going to pretend to relate to everything she's been through in 41 years. That's disrespectful to her, me, and our connection. But what I can do, will do, and must do is listen to her experience and use those as tools to cause construction to rise up for our relationship and not use them as weapons to tear down destruction in our relationship
Right.
because she was adopted. because she has had to figure things out on her own, and because she is opening herself up for me to be a part of her life as stability, I'm not going to add to her life as toxicity. You understand?
Right.
So listen, listen. As I often like to say, um, many things on the body can be a weapon of mass destruction. My mouth is not my bazooka down below is not the only thing. My mouth is also a weapon of mass destruction. But let's move on. Let's move on because
Listen, you know what?
my face should have been that chair at that hold down. But that's neither here nor there. Let's move on.
You know, I
Let's
think
move.
that's what's keeping you held on is that chair. The fact that you know what you feel that the chair took your place.
It
I feel
did.
that you
It
feel
did.
wrong.
It did
You
because
feel wrong in my,
the
in
thighs
my
were
brain
thigh.
now.
The thighs were thigh. Do you understand me? Anyway, let's move on back to this episode. So, yeah, Lord help, Lord help me. So they're making a punch. They're making a punch, and the punch tastes like Robitussin. So basically, Sierra takes a 1.75 bottle of vodka and dumps it into the punch. By the way, y'all, if you watch reality TV, if you see a black label, that means they cannot show that brand because they did not get permission to show that brand. But I can tell you
Mhm.
right now, because I work in liquor, that was Tito's vodka. And Tito's vodka is made in Texas, okay? So anyway, with that being said, Quentin comes out, showing off, his physique. I mean, if I look like Quentin, brother, I'll be doing the same thing. Well, I would have stuff underneath, you understand? Because, I mean, hell, FCC. But, Aries and Phil look like you looking bucket naked. Bucket naked. So then Katarina comes around the corner, talking to Quentin, very, very casual conversation about the experience because they're all are in it, right? So then Janelle comes out and says, "Why are you naked?" Oh, okay, Gigi. Okay, I was about to say, hang on, let me. Okay, all right, there we go. I was wondering what happened. Oh, hang on, she'll be back in. Hang on, y'all. So basically, as Gigi comes back in, let's see. You should count up the cost because instead we got lost into you should count it up the cost because instead we got lost in the second, in the minute, in the hour as we lay.
Right? You know what?
Listen,
Already, it's just
listen. So I love my virtual travelers, my virtual tour family, because y'all go there with me. And I appreciate y'all for that. So, Quentin comes out, showing his physique, and Aries and Phil, say that, he's bucket naked. And so Katarina was talking with Quinn, very, casual conversation, because they're all in this experience, right? And so then, Janelle comes out and says, "Why are you naked?" I'm like, well, I mean, first of all, why do you care? I mean, he's
and listen,
cooking,
I can't leave you alone for a second. You be naked.
right? Exactly. And Katarina, very smart comeback. Are you spoken for? He is. Don't matter. Like, what, girl? What we doing here?
Right.
And then Quinn with your drink and your shade breaking the fourth wall, bruh. Really though.
He almost missed that straw trying to find it and stuff. I seen him almost miss the damn straw, spilled this drink because he didn't know what the hell to do. She told me, "You spoken for?" "Yep, I am." "Yep, listen, that is not gonna get you I mean, it might get you some coochie. I don't know, but I mean, that's not the way to go about it. That's all I can say. That's not how you do it.
Not at all. So that whole situation, and honestly, to tell you the truth, like and for Janelle to say that she really loves the show and wanted to be on it, and then, hey, sweet life, welcome in. For her to say that she loved the show, and then for her to go on the show, but she hates it. Like, I mean, sweetheart, like let's be real with each other here. Like, you knew the show that you weren't going to be the only one, and it's about being ready to love. So you gotta go through so many frogs in order to get your prince, right?
Right.
And so I just really didn't get the energy that you gave, because I'm like, it's not like it's not like Kyrene was disrespecting him. It was a very casual conversation. Like, and honestly, at the end of the day, what I see is this. If you would do that on TV, I can't imagine what you would do off camera. Real talk.
Showing what she would do.
Yeah.
And how many times have I said that she is surface level? There, like, I've tried to see past it. But yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're bubbly. Yes, you're, this, that, and the third. But that inward, what you're showing, like that nastiness, that negative energy, that feeling of, she's almost like a bully in some way, because it's like, some of the stuff that she says and does is unnecessary. Why are you coming at these people like this, especially if it's not a conversation that even involves a response of negativity?
Exactly right.
Exactly right. And there was actually something that Revelation 20:23 said in the beginning. I seen, listen, we can keep full disclosure and anonymity. If you have something you'd like to say.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome up here. We trust me. We will make sure you're good.
Full discretion. Don't worry about it. Full discretion.
Absolutely. And you can change your name in the thing. So trust me, we got you. So
you don't have to be on camera, none of that.
Absolutely. So as the show moves on, Quinn's talking about, him swimming, at 4 years old, how he, got thrown into the pool, and that, Janelle wanted to make him float. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, listen, hashtag ride the boat, word the middle, change position, stroke it for me. Listen.
Mother hand, baby, put your floaties on.
Listen.
Now, put them floaties on. Now, come on.
Listen.
Now, come on. Now, we're going to go out here in this middle, and I'm going to hold you up, but I'm going to let you go. Now, are you ready? I'm sorry, that's a vibe. Okay.
Listen. Now, honestly,
you don't want a husband, you want a son, and there's no problem with that.
I do have a mom and two dads, but I am available for adoption. But that's neither here nor there. I really need to shut my ass up. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
I am out of wine right now. I am out of wine. I can't.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's be. No, you know what? Razy, where you at? No, matter of fact, you stay over there, because I feel like you got some shit on your chest too, Razy. Stay over there. I can't deal with you or your daddy today.
So we get to Chris and Lee. They in the kitchen, and they are talking, and so I'm trying to get through this. So Chris and Lee are in the kitchen, and so Lee is like, use your muscles, and Chris was like, say what? Okay. So basically, use the muscles, and Lee and Chris talk about overpacking, and how, Chris didn't used to overpack, but now he does, because, his mindset has changed, something in common, and Lee said, I would like to just go somewhere and buy everything when we get there. And I appreciate that, in this show, even though no one may not be ready for love, I think they are open. I think they're open to the process of becoming ready for love. And I appreciate the fact that they did not lean into the title and being so set to be ready. And they are allowing this to be a process, which honestly, I think that if I was talking to Will Packer, I would say, hey, listen, get people that want to explore what, it is to be ready to get people to have the mindset of wanting to explore what it is to be ready to be in love. Don't get people who are set. Because if you get people who are set, it is not going to work, because if something don't work out in their head, it's going to be a ish storm on your show. That's exactly why. And Will Packer has done, he's a $1 billion box office man. So he don't need no help from me. But I would give that critique. And I think that's a very valid critique. So what did you think about all that? And then not to mention, of course, Sierra when Marie sit next to
The
you know,
Jessica, and then she said,
yeah,
"Come to next
yes.
one."
So what did you think about that whole
Okay, well, when
sequence
it
of
comes to the
events?
part like with Chris and Lee, I really feel like their connection is something that is more genuine and can actually. If I had to say possibility on connections, it would be Chris and Lee and Phil and Aries. Honestly, those are ones
Mm,
I honestly see Phil and Aries is more genuine. But when Chris was talking to Lee and they were actually having a conversation about travel, and he spoke about how he used to just kind of grab stuff and go. Didn't really pack all the stuff he needed, and he would forget stuff. But then now he overpacks. I felt like that was a sign of his growth.
absolutely.
Like, hey, I was young then, and I didn't know how, but now I'm growing in this. You know what I'm saying? Now I know different. They say if you knew better, you do better, and I
Yep,
feel like that's what he showed in that. So I could really appreciate that vulnerable side of him. And honestly, when it
absolutely.
comes to Chris, he's maintained his vulnerability. I'm not going to say that he's not. He has. His wording sometimes, what he says comes off wrong, and he definitely could use some, hey,
Absolutely.
think before you speak sometimes.
Yep.
But as far as like authenticity, I feel like he definitely has a lot of, and he is showing him. So I could definitely appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely indeed.
and then when it comes to Sierra
Mm-hmm.
and Marie, now, honey, when I
Woo.
say that girl, she's just reaching for a connection at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching,
Agree.
reaching. She's
Absolutely. No,
definitely
agree.
reaching for a connection because throughout this whole entire time, I do not feel nor have I seen a connection that she's had with anyone, honestly.
That
I
yeah,
don't
that's been
know.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I agree
like,
with you. That's been strong enough for sure.
mhm. Like it seems like she's there for that right now. Like who can she talk to right now to basically save her spot at that moment? That's what it is.
Hmm.
You know, it's like living paycheck to paycheck. Right now, she's basically surviving episode to episode
Yep, that's it. I
because
mm-hmm.
yeah, because she absolutely has no connection. So for her to now grab kind of like Marie out of the air, it's kind of like last week it was Herbert. Now you're saying you have a connection with Marie. Why have we not seen these connections? Like we've seen the
Mm-hmm.
conversations that you have with Marie, but we also seen that you both have agreed that y'all are more homies. I never
Right.
saw a connection where it was like, y'all could possibly have a soul connection or some type of, we know that the physical's there, but I keep asking this question. What is there beyond the surface?
Absolutely. No, I totally
So,
agree with you. And with all of that you articulately said, as you often do, what I come to notice is this: at the end of the day, and nephew Tommy said this about being a co-host on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You can't take your radio comedy and do it live on stage. I'm
mhm,
using that metaphor for this. What you want for your love life outside of this, you can't bring that into this show because it doesn't work. It doesn't translate. So when it came to, Sierra, being with Marie and, going inside and everybody fixing their food and stuff. And then, her saying that she's not being pursued. Well, this is a different environment where you have to switch up what you usually do on the outside in a different experience. And so,
right.
when, Marie was at the table by himself, Jessica did a move that I thought was very cheap. And I will absolutely say that because you obviously can throw Chris away. So I'm going to throw your reasoning away. Um, you fixed him a plate so you could stay in the game.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah,
Because I'm just like, now wait one damn minute. I'm a brother's brother. You understand? Now let's just say we were all at a wedding, right? if I see three people behind me, hey, can you hand me three paper plates? Or if they're there, I'll grab three paper plates and pass them back because that's the type of dude I am. But we're on a damn getaway. I will get my own food. The hell? Like that just really ticked me off. And then Sierra adding to that of saying, see, I'm not being pursued. Like, it's a getaway. Like, I get that you want to be pursued on this getaway, as Nephew Tommy said, but like, relax and enjoy yourself. Like, my Lord Jesus. And when Sierra said that she is thinking about, leaving and that she had her bags packed, now I don't know if they were trapping for her to leave, but either way, don't let somebody's, mindset dictate your moves. What the hell?
Right. And for you to say that you already had your bags, you never unpacked them, okay, that's saying a lot. Evidently, or feel that you're not even making the connections to stay there enough to even unpack your bags for 2 days.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
That's saying a whole lot. Like, if you have strong enough connections, that's something, you just don't worry about. It just kind of, you can actually focus on building the connection because, there's something genuine there.
Yep.
Like I said, with Sierra, it feels like she's reaching. Now, when it comes to Jessica and this plate money, let me tell you about it. Let me talk about it. Let me tell you.
Lord help.
Ooh, child. And I don't even know where to start. Listen, he was sitting there at that table. Like, she told him, baby, sit there. Mama, get your plate. Like, her and Janelle, I can see why they're best friends because they got this mother hand because he surely was sitting there. What did I say on the panel before? He was sitting there he got kicked out the cafeteria. Out the kitchen.
You absolutely did. Yep. Absolutely.
Don't bring your ass in here always dipping in these collard greens. Get your ass in there and sit down.
I cannot with you. I cannot with you. Lord, and this is the thing, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you are going to do something because you want to do it, not to get ahead. And I'll give y'all a prime example. I was at a leadership retreat in Ohio, right? And so me and a friend of mine had a canoe. And so somebody's kayak was, sinking, right? And so, had to get them out the kayak into our canoe. And we were on the other side of the lake. So lakes are deep. So as me and my friend, are doing our strokes, you know what I mean, paddling, this young lady is screaming in both of our ears. Now, I'm a senior in college. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I cannot drown in this lake because I can't swim. I can swim through thick thighs, but there ain't none around me to swim through. But I need to get back on land so I can finish these finals exams and graduate. So I got Lord help me. So I got this woman screaming in our ear.
I got to graduate, Lord help me. I got to graduate.
Listen, priorities, right? So I have a friend on the other side, telling us how to get there. We get back on land. And so, my friend was like, hey, that was awesome that you did that. That's going to help you get a relationship with her. I'm like, no, I would have done that for anybody. Because at the end of the day, we're all somebody's son or daughter. And so at the end of that, I went because we went to the mess hall. I said, hey, listen, there's a person that's a little traumatized. Do you mind if you can fix them a plate so I can save that for them? And I really do think that some people in life do not understand the difference between doing the right thing because that's the way you were raised and doing something to get ahead. You know what I mean? Right. And that's just generally, how I was raised. Now, listen, if I was in that situation, right? And let's just say, I was, talking to Janelle, right? Hey, Janelle, while I'm up here, do you want anything? No, Braylon, I'm good. Okay, cool. But, it's a getaway. I want her to get her own plate because also, too, even though it's a month and a half of taping, I want her to have her own experience because I may get something of a little too much and then there might be an argument. That doesn't have to be an argument. But I felt that was disrespectful of it's a getaway where you're supposed to be coming together as one to have some type of freedom. and you're expecting somebody to serve a plate for you at a getaway that's supposed to have a relaxed vibe. That just seemed off to me. Gigi, you there? Okay, Gigi might have stepped away from her
Can you hear me?
micro.
I don't know what happened.
Yes, I
Okay.
can now. Yes, I
Okay,
can
well, I
now.
apologize.
No, you're good.
No,
So
but
what
I
did?
was saying that her doing that just shows how much of a reach she was trying to do.
Yep,
Like, you having to fix this man's plate, why couldn't he fix your plate?
exactly.
Why couldn't it be to where y'all are both learning each other? Because I don't know if y'all, besides going to a restaurant, when have you guys had a home cooked meal where you can see actually what a person likes?
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely right.
I'm not knocking her for wanting to be, you know, the type of person who. Okay, hold on. Let me phrase this like this.
Sure.
You making Marie's plate showed that you can be soft.
hmm
What was it about Chris that made it to where you couldn't be that way?
Good question. Yes, good question.
Because that right there, that's a softer side of you.
Oh, the same thing Chris asked for. Ain't that a son of a? Oh, Lord help.
So yeah, so I'm confused. I'm confused.
You know, this reminds me of a very parallel question that I asked on an interview. You can show grace to somebody else, but yet you can't show grace to another person that you actually had a connection with. I do recall that I said that on an interview. That was a very intelligent question. I wonder why I said that. Was that the best question of the interview? Huh. I think it was because it shook them off their rocker where they don't want to do panels anymore because they don't want to be accountable for not bringing their whole self to the table. Anyway, I say that out loud. I am so sorry. Anyway, let's move on, child. So, with that being said, I really a hit dog will holler. If what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond. But if you respond, it must be true to some doggone degree. Now, at the end of the day, right, I get that you may not have a connection with somebody, but that doesn't mean be selective in your giving. You know what I mean? And I may not like you, but that don't mean I don't want the best for you. I just don't want you to eat at my table. But if we're in the same vicinity, I'm at least going to show some type of kindness. That's all I'm asking for. So, you know, from that, we get to the game night and some of the questions. And let me pull because I took my notes, child. I took my notes. So some of the questions were really, really good. And honestly, I'm glad that it was just a basic question night. It wasn't any Uno. Oh, God forbid if it was Uno. Lord Jesus, Father God, help all of us if that was on TV. So some of the questions were this. Have you slept with someone of the same sex? Sierra's like, yeah, I slept with somebody from the same sex. And, you know, you can't make a child. You can't put child support on. I'm like, oh, my Lord Jesus. I cannot with you.
When she said that, I said, well, damn. Well, that's it. That's it right there. That she said that. That's what she said.
I mean, honestly, if I was the friend of the house, I'm like, girl, give me 5. Like, I'm here for your honesty. Say that ish. I would have been here for it. So then is a woman's body count important to you? And then Sierra said the quiet part out loud. Think about your own first. And can we just give Sierra credit that there's more to her than meets the eye, words of Optimus Prime? Because the digital exclusive showed a conversation between her and Phil that could have actually been a real connection because they actually were vibing. And it goes to show that editing doesn't always get it right. So I just want to say that. And Phil said no. Then the next question was, have you met the woman of your dream? Have you met the woman of your life? Yes or no? If so, why not? And Maurier says no, but he also hasn't allowed it to happen. So what do you think of those questions before we get to the question and the hate of the
Okay,
panel?
so let's start. Well, okay, which question we want to do first? You want to do
Any question you think. I mean, I listed most of them before the big question.
I say, because okay, let's go with this Maurier. Okay,
Grand Maurier.
Listen, he was acting like Paul Masson tonight. Let me tell you.
You know what?
Just saying.
Oh.
Yes, but honey, let me tell you, for him to say that he's never been in love, I could sit there and be like, you know what? I cannot understand or see that. You was with your baby mom for 2 years. How could you not love her? But then the other part of me is like I said in the other panel, there's a thing being the difference between love and lust. What you might think is love, or what you might perceive as love, is not actually what that person needs to be loved.
Absolutely.
So it's two totally different things, and the love that they give you might not be the love that you need. So so what you're feeling, you might not consider it or contribute it to be love, because it's not in the way that you feel like you need to be loved, or what you would attribute to love. So it was like, okay, so I do recall him saying that with his kid's mom, or his baby mom, that he felt, I don't know, I thought he said that she did cheat on him with her ex, but maybe he said she was still in contact and still, had feelings for her ex, whatever the case may be. So maybe that is also why he felt like it wasn't love, because you gotta think, there are people who will stay engaged in a relationship 7, 9, 10 years, Maurice.
Absolutely.
That will stay engaged, not get married. And it's like, well, I love you, and it's like, but what's the holdup? If you love me, you'll do this. If you love me, things should move this way. So I feel like it, sometimes it takes people a little bit longer. So maybe he's not really known true love. Maybe he's known, a little bit of love, but I don't know if okay. I feel like he might have worded it wrong. Maybe he's known love. Okay. He knows love, but he's never been in love.
Absolutely.
That's what I think it is. I feel like he's not been in love. He knows.
He has love to give, but he hasn't been in love.
Right. So when it comes to that, I feel like that, I mean, the show is called Ready to Love. So it's like, now are you ready? And I respect him for telling Sierra, like, hey, show me. Like, I need for you to tell me. I don't have no problem with you not telling me. That's what I need for you. That's what I'm asking and requiring from you, is to tell me what it is, how to love you better. How do you want to be loved? What does love look like to you? So for him to open up to be vulnerable like that, I definitely respect that.
Oh, absolutely. And y'all, let me tell you something. We have done this is like episode 9, I think, or something like that. Y'all thought the panel last week was something. This was the highest contention point we have ever had as a panel.
Yeah.
And y'all, it was so real, because and like I said, I saw all sides. I really did. I'm not gonna lie though, I was a little thrown off. I'm like, wait, what are we doing? But then I had to be still for a minute. And I got what Solana and Q were saying, of that at the end of the day, how can you be with someone for 2 years, but yet there's no love there? But then I also said, how many people have had love in the beginning, but love, evaporated away over time, and now you're just in it because of circumstances. So it really was a high contention point. But it wasn't as high of a point until this question. There were 2 parts of it, Janelle Carina, and this part right here that led to the whole heat of the panel.
The whole heat that ended up where two of the actual people on the show decided to join the panel.
Yes.
That's how heated it got. So
Yes, it did.
let's go ahead and let's get into the first part.
All right.
We're gonna jump in.
Yes, indeed. And don't forget, y'all, we are going to talk about Janelle and Karen, because there's a YouTube comment that I saw that I'm going to read out loud, and y'all, it's a good kiki. So the question was, how do you feel about gender roles? And Janelle said that she has no problem with gender roles. Chris said that men are in leadership because women are more emotional. And Jessica doesn't like the masculine thing. And, Chris said, well, you can run your household the way you want to. And, Chris said his confessional that, Jessica seems combative. If she doesn't stop, that she's going to be 60 with cats. And you know what? On that panel, and we're about to get to that moment in just a minute, I genuinely felt that he did nothing wrong. Because he was asked a question, he gave an answer. If you don't want to know the answer, don't ask me a question you don't want answers to.
All right.
And I felt that he was talking about just overall of how women and men are viewed in society, not as women as definite, right? So we get to this person. I'm saying person very kindly. That comes in and says she wants to get on the panel. And so, she comes up and she is saying, from what I have seen, Chris is a full-blown narcissist and everything else. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell are we doing here? So I had to gather her all the way together. And I mean all the way. I think
we all have to kind of gather just a little bit. You definitely, you went hard, but we all had to kind of like, hey, wait a second, that's not right. Because
right.
Let's go back just a little bit. The fact that she stated that she's a doctor and that is her job is to diagnose people. Okay, but you can't diagnose this man if you don't know him. Don't call him a narcissist and he's what is it? Hold on, he's a narcissist, he's controlling, like a whole bunch of other stuff. Just like
some of the same language that Janelle was using in the ladies' lounge.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, how you've never sat down for you to say this is your profession. You haven't sat down a day with this man. You don't know him, and nor have you, like I said, had to sit down to where you are able to diagnose him. You can't diagnose him off what you see off of a 45-minute TV show. It's different if he was your client, and I had to let you know, like, hey, listen here. Just because you're a doctor and this is your profession, doctors misdiagnose people every single day.
Amen.
Every single day. So for you to just off top come in and spew such negativity and basically characterize this man and put him in a box like that.
Yep.
Disrespectful.
Yep.
Disrespectful. That's what I couldn't tolerate is the disrespect. And and like I said, even when you were going hard, and I felt like you were going hard, you see, same thing with you. Hey, bro, hold on, wait a second. We don't do that. We're not gonna be that tight. You know what I'm saying? Now, you speak your piece. I ain't never gonna let nobody, just shut you down. I'm never gonna let that happen.
Sure.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm also going to never let you get too far out of character to where it could deplete your value, as I say about
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely. And I appreciate you looking out for me in that. And to everybody who was going to go look at that, and child, I know the comment section is going to be the comment section. Child, I could give two cares about y'all. I really could. But I want y'all to go watch it, because the way she came in hot from the jump. And the reason why I was going so hard was because, for one, I even said this, I'll say it here, Black men do not get the time of day, space, or grace to be human in their Black manhood. And for someone who does not know him to come in and say that he's this, and that, I only felt like, now, wait a minute. Now, what we're not going to do here is drag another black man when the world doesn't already like us as a people. So that was the way I was coming from. And so, I was just saying that, hey, would you have the same energy for your uncle, for your cousin, for your nephew, for your dad, for your, for your spouse or significant other, for any man in your life? And Solana said, let's not go to family. I'm like, no, we're going to go there. She came in here 10 toes down, because this is why I recognize when someone is talking about somebody else, they can give two damns. But when it comes back to somebody that they care about, that's when they rise up.
That's when that's when it's a difference. And you know something, and at that time, and while this is all going on, Aries happened to pop in the chat. Very own Aries from Ready to Love pops in the chat. Now, we have been telling you guys for a while that they watched the show. We know they watched the show. Mm-hmm. They've made comments on IG. They have reposted our live. They have, been in the chat different times. Well, this time today, after the comment that was made by the young lady that actually did hop on the panel, and, the back and forth that actually transpired, we allowed Aries to hop on there because Aries felt some type of way about it as well. And she actually knows Chris. She's been face to face. She's the one who's been around him and actually can give insight. And she actually let it be known. And there was a comment that was made by, I felt her, and she said, sounds like she's been hurt. And that's exactly what it sounded like from her, is that she's been hurt. And that's why I had to let it be known, like, honey, we've all been there. I've been with someone who was way worse than just a narcissist. Right. And I know all the traits. I could tell you, I could run them down. I could spot them a mile, 10 miles away.
Absolutely.
Just because I dealt with it for so long, and the abuse that goes with it. There's a control factor. There's, manipulation that goes with it. For him to want his woman to then maintain her individuality and still be able to be his woman. Absolutely. That right there is not a characteristic of a narcissist.
Right. And we got into that. We actually got clarity from something that I remembered from the episode where, there was the ex talking about servitude. Aries said that we didn't see everything because she was talking to her for 15 minutes, and that servitude was to Jessica. But it was said, and what I said was he actually did admit, that he wasn't the best. And so what I did was ask the question of, so basically what you're doing is throwing a princess tantrum. It will almost be like, here's the toys of this great big toy book, write down 100 toys. We get the 100 toys for you. Why'd you give me these toys? Because you asked for it. So you're upset that, Chris, can you be accountable? Can you do this? Can you do that? Or if a woman says, can you do this? Can you do that? And then the man does what you asked him to do. Now you upset over it. Mm-hmm. And I brought that to attention because I'm just like, I know we're not allowing this to happen. And then, this young lady tries to save herself. And, I said, child, you saving yourself because you got caught. Just take the damn L and move on. And Solana was like, Braylon, really? I'm like, no, right is right and wrong is wrong. And
if they go back and watch it, you went in. Listen, I had to. There was one point I was like, "Oh man, listen, we gonna have to mute his shit."
Listen, but it did. But I eventually apologized. I did. I owned up to my ish. I think the most pettiest thing I did was like, look, here's the link for Ready to Love, and let you go ahead and apply it. Let's see how you do. And I was just like, damn, Bray, damn, you really did that. But y'all, here's the gag.
Petty Pendergrass.
Yeah, listen, here's the gag, as they say, right? So I looked at the link and it said it was looking for single men from Lighthearted Entertainment. But still, the intention was still the same. Of like, if you're this,
it was still there. Here you go.
Right. If you this big, bad, and you got enough of brain cells that can come together to form all these thoughts, let's see how you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know Solana, and Solana, from what I have seen, she's a very lovely, kind of sweet person. But I know Solana probably wanted to go to her African side and cuss me out like, excuse you? You really are going to do this on my channel? Like
Listen,
she was trying to say, Braylon, we don't have to do that. She's a human being. No. Stand 10 toes down in your ish and stay tuned. Review said, Braylon, what we doing here is everybody be king energy executed. I'll execute the assignment.
listen. But
No, go ahead, Gigi.
said, don't let them shut you up. I said, wait a second, ain't nobody shutting him up. But listen, but what I am gonna do is I'm not gonna let him devalue himself by going back and forth,
Absolutely.
especially not with a woman. That's one
Right.
thing we're not gonna do. Okay, yes, she
Absolutely.
was wrong. Now I'll go ahead and say that's why I said, hold on, I got you. Let me piggyback. I'm a piggyback because see,
Right.
I can do it. You know,
Right.
it's different coming from a woman. And that's why I had to
A
let it
woman
be
to a
known,
woman,
listen
yep.
here, this right here is not what it is. For you to come and try to diagnose someone automatically, someone that you don't know, you've never seen, haven't talked to, you've only gone off of snippets that have come from production that we don't get a full context about.
Exactly.
So we don't know
Exactly.
everything that's being said. But for you to say that a man who is a provider, who wants to provide, a man who wants his woman to, who can still, take care of his woman and wants traditional gender roles, that's a
Mhm.
narcissist. And you actually called it crony. Talking about it was crony. That it was a
Mhm.
subtle case.
Mhm.
No, that's not a subtle case. And
No,
you can't
absolutely
put that
right.
on any man just because. So you're telling me that a man who wants to provide for his family and who actually says, you know what, you don't have to do this, honey. I have a. You're telling me
Yep.
that's a narcissist. You're telling me that
Absolutely.
that man is dangerous. You're telling me that that man is only going to do harm. No, there's no
No,
way.
absolutely right. And
Wait
then
a
and
second.
then
I think we have
Mhm.
some things backwards because now you are labeling men and you're labeling black men as that. Don't black men get labeled enough and
Exactly, just
painted
like
in a
black women
negative
get
light?
labeled enough. Yep. Absolutely.
At this point, that no. Now I can understand if you was, wanted to come up and you wanted to talk about the comment that he made. We talked about that. We all agreed it was wrong. But what
Yeah.
you're not going to do is say that this, that he's a narcissist because he says he wants to be
Absolutely.
a traditional provider. Now I don't
Absolutely.
know who the hell hurt you or why, but
Right.
honey, you might need to go see your own therapist. Don't
No,
self-diagnose
absolutely.
yourself. 'Cause
Absolutely. And absolutely right. And then after, I told her to take the L and everything, she said, Braylon, and I know why she did this, child. She is so hurt that she got put in her place by the mental gangster version of Ghost St. Patrick. And she was Tasha and she lost. She said, well, Braylon, if I saw a different point of view, you should be saying, well done. I don't have to say ish to you.
Right, wait a
I
second.
don't.
After your point of view, after because you see that you was wrong and we didn't no, I feel like I was attacked. I feel like I'm being attacked. No, we are not attacking you, honey, but we are gonna let you know with some shit that you said is not correct.
Exactly. We're
And that
just
is one thing
mentioning
that you're
it.
not gonna do is spew, false narratives and
Absolutely.
feed false propaganda on here. That's what we're not gonna do.
Exactly. And I said to her,
Now
you get the energy that you give. And then she called me that I'm a hater. Child, the same person that went off on you, if somebody were to go off on you, I'll be in your corner too. That's the crazy thing.
right. And that's what
She
I said,
just
listen,
upset that she
if
got
you feel
caught.
like we are attacking you, I'll apologize for the attack. But what I'm gonna tell you now is you're not just gonna disrespect someone like this and expect not to be told about yourself. You're not
Right.
going to listen here. You might be a doctor, but I'm about to fact check you real quick
Hell, look,
because
hell to the low.
what you said right there is definitely incorrect, and this is why children at a young age are being put on medications that they don't need, stunting their development, and because y'all want to misdiagnose them.
Absolutely
How many
right.
times has a person died because of a misdiagnosis?
Absolutely right.
No.
So after all that, Aries did give me some hand claps in the chat for apologizing. And Aries and Chris said, Braylon, thank you for doing what you did.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we didn't say, but Chris actually joined the chat because
Yes.
Aries, with the back and forth, like we said, Aries was in the chat. So she was in the chat. We invited her up. She actually jumped up and got on the panel as well as this young lady was saying what she was saying. like Aries actually came on and said her point of view and let it be known, like, hey, Chris is actually this type of guy. This is the real him. Let me give you guys some insight on what you don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And that also helped, shift this young lady's point of view.
Mm-hmm. She got real humble when Chris got
right, her. Real humble. And see, and while talking to us, Aries had text Chris. And Chris ended up jumping in the chat. And I made it a point to let it be known, listen here, we're sitting here talking about him. I feel like it's only respectful that we give him his opportunity to speak his piece. I think it's only fair that we listen to his voice and actually, understand his voice. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what he did. He jumped up on the panel as well. So we had Aries and Chris on the panel tonight.
Absolutely.
So,
and we all got to... And we all got to ask them different questions, and everybody's questions were great. And I love the fact that they are as real as we felt that they were. And I know, and by the way, Chris was like, Braylon, thank you for standing up for me. I'm like, no problem. I will do it again too. And Salon was like, look, Braylon, we know you a legend, but good damn, do you gotta be that doggone selfish? I know she didn't say that out loud, but I could tell, like, from her head going down, I know she was thinking that mentally. But no.
Her hair was looking good. She was listening here. She was about to listen here. She was about to pull all of that. Listen. She was looking had her hair nice and fly. She was about to just make them roots come out, honey.
Listen, for doggone sure. And so, something that Chris said, and this goes to show that what you do has power. Chris said that I only go on a few podcasts, and when people meet me in person, it is completely reversed. And so he said that I genuinely feel comfortable in this space. Yeah. And that is the greatest compliment, because guys, we don't have that much power.
Right.
But for a black man who has went through an experience like this to feel like he can be comfortable with his own people on social media, come on now.
Yeah.
That was powerful
and for him to say, exactly what you said, like, hey, there's only a few that I even go on. He said, and normally I just end up, clicking on, going in real quick, and I leave out. He said, but I actually am enjoying myself. And that was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the whole point of us having our platforms and being able to do our panel, especially our Ready to Love panel, because let me tell you, we bring the heat, but we also bring the love. Okay?
Absolutely. So, and I think we're very fair to everybody on the show. And not to mention too, Aries is a very classy woman. For her to be in the chat, to see me go off as I did, but standing up for a black brother, and she said thank you to me, even though she could have left, that shows her character, that she understands that right is right and wrong is wrong, but I'm with you when you're right. And that was powerful as well.
Definitely. I love her take. I love the fact that she was like, hey, wait a second. Now, I'm not going to let you just say, spew these lies or say, just anything that you want when it's not true.
Right.
Hold on, sorry.
No, you're good.
No, but it was great for her to actually, come to the defense and even be in the chat and say, hey, wait a second, that opinion is not correct. I don't agree with that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? This is actually how this person is. I've been filming with them. I've been around them. I know how they are. I know how, so your diagnosis of them, just like she said, and I feel like we all agreed on that. For that young lady to come and diagnose him without knowing him, that was just
that was foul.
It was very disrespectful, very foul, very foul.
Yeah. And like I said, I did apologize, y'all. I said, I'm not going to apologize for standing up for a black man, but I will apologize for, not giving you your credit for finally seeing a point of view, even though you did take a major L. So I did do the right thing at the end of it, but I was not going to stand for that. And then Q with me and Q are the same brother from the same mother. You understand? Because you know what Q said a little bit later on? He said, who I know won't put up with no type of bullying? Braylon ain't put up with no type of bullying. I'm like,
no type.
I'm like, you know what? We tried to move on, and then my behind's like, you damn right, you damn straight, 100%.
He absolutely knew. And I'm gonna tell you, when I say daggers, cut knives, Freddy Krueger fingers, I was just like, oh Lord, just damn.
I know.
Look, I couldn't even I couldn't even type in the chat fast enough before I could speak because I was just like, I don't know. I just wait a second, calm down. Oh my God, wait a second. Now listen, I'm not gonna say she didn't deserve it, but that's why I was like, no, now wait a second, hold on, let me now wait a second. The hell are you talking about? And what made you when the young lady was in the chat and she spoke about, she was like, can anybody join or can anybody come up and talk? I'm fuming. I'm like, honey, what you fuming about? Because the words he chose, I know. Mm-hmm. But then you get up and the first thing you say is he's a narcissist, he's harmful, he's this, because he says he's a provider. He like he's not really into the traditional gender roles, and also we've already spoke about culture.
Right, exactly.
Swan has already let it be known that they are from the same tribe. Like the culture is totally different. We've discussed this for weeks. Yeah. We know this.
Yep, absolutely. And she tried to negate culture.
To use it as though you're a doctor. I'm a doctor, and this is no, honey. No, let me tell you, doctors misdiagnose all the time.
Absolutely, and she tried to negate culture as a part of Chris's background.
Right.
And you know, like I said, at the end of the day, we all have our opinions, but listen, like I said, we all are messed up, but we're all trying to rise up too. And honestly, you know what? And Gigi's a real one. She really is, because she was like, ask your sister. I need you to stand down right now. And I know that she was doing that to protect me. I was like, listen here, I gotta tell you something. I need you to chill out. But also too, I know she was doing that to protect me, but also she also saw that my heart was on full display. And she wanted to let her know that,
it was definitely a lot.
Yeah, and Gigi wanted to let her know, hey, listen, Braylon is passionate, and that is not of all who he is. You just said what you said. That was it. And the fact that you had an internal conversation with yourself, myself said, you had like the angel and devil on both shoulders. It's like the angel was like, now help Braylon. Now I know he has a good heart, but help him. And then
like I said, she was cutting like a knife. He was cutting. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to get hit.
And then the devil side, you was like, you know what? I ain't saying that she deserves it, but let him go ahead and handle her. He doing a good job. You had both sides on you.
Things, but then you gotta stop. Like you could say a couple things, but then I gotta. But no, when she just kept spewing it, I was just like, hold on, now enough is enough with this shit. We are not gonna have this.
Right.
And that's why I said I felt like it was great that Aries was in the chat. Absolutely. And then for her to have communicated with Chris as well, and then them both get in the chat, get on the panel, actually be able to, like I said, Chris, you're in the chat. We're talking about you on the episode. And right now, this whole situation has gotten heated over, you know, the comment that young lady made. So I feel like it's only right that you defend yourself. And that's also why I asked the question. If you could answer that question over again, how they had a game right, if you could redo it, would you?
And he was very vulnerable and re-answered the question. And you know what? At the end, and this is the thing that I also love about our panel is that we can come to a head, but we can also move on, because even she said in the chat that Braylon and Gigi are both right, that I misjudged and I only saw a snippet. And this is why I've come to realize too that sometimes the best way to showcase that you won is to not talk about how you won, just be still in your win. Because when Chris came up, she could not match that energy and say to him on live. Could not do it. And I'm just like, ain't this something? Ain't this something? Mm-hmm. I don't know if she ever will go on a panel again after that.
She might go on another panel, but if you are there,
she is running. She is running.
She might run if she beats me, but she's definitely not going if you're there. There's no way. But that's why I had to let it like, hey, listen, if you feel like you're being attacked, we're not attacking you. Hold on. I can apologize for that, but I'm not going to let you be disrespectful and misdiagnosed because you don't understand. Your misdiagnosis is dangerous. That's what's dangerous.
Yeah.
Not the fact that because this man once said his comment was that he is a provider, he would prefer to provide for his woman, even though he said she can have her own job, do whatever she wants to do, like make her own money, that's yours, you keep it. But he is a provider. He pays the bill. He's going to take care of the family. That's how he does. And you say that he's a narcissist? He's harmful? He's dangerous? No, your misdiagnosis is what's dangerous. And this is why your ass got fucking thrashed left, right, and center because of that damn comment right there.
Yep, absolutely. So with all that being said, that was the heat of the panel. Panel if you Bougetto and Tarjay, panel if you regular, schmegular, and Walmart. With that being said, let's move on to Janelle and Katarina. And this was part 2. Oh, go ahead, Gigi.
I'm just saying that. I was like, oh, and you know what had me too? I was like, damn, she ain't jumped off here yet? Listen,
yeah.
You want more. Evidently, you want more. Because, no, get the hell off here. Right about now, this is the time where you bow out gracefully, honey, okay? Just do that. Because right about now, we are all trying. I was trying to be so respectful just because, it is our panel. We are the ones that are on the panel, okay? Mm-hmm. So we're not going to allow other guests to come. And people, especially people who, who haven't been on our panel before, we can't allow them to come on our panel and try to take over or spew false narratives to create dangerous situations. Right. And you know how we are. We are pro-Black. We are pro-African American. So anytime it seems like you are trying to do something to destroy that, we're definitely going to come for it. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
that whole initiative that you just tried to spew out, it caused a lot of backlash. But also, I feel like that was the door opener for Chris and Aries to come on the show.
Yep, absolutely.
So I feel like it was a win-win. It needed to happen. It was, almost like, I'm not gonna say like, well, it could have been safe. Hey, could have been. But it definitely was meant to happen how it happened.
Yes, it did.
But Lord, like I told you, you were feeling it, and we all had to like, damn, Braylon, damn. Okay, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
But she acted a fool. It don't matter. We raised you better than that, boy.
Right, you better than that. What the hell is
that? So with that all being said, let's get to Janelle and Katarina. Now I'm gonna give y'all the context of this conversation. So it's still game night, right? This is part 2. So basically what ended up happening was, they talked about, gender roles, and that, Janelle talked about helpmates, and that if I am your helpmate, I need you to carry the same weight. We were created because they needed help. And I'm like, well, first of all, you just saying that we're all baseless? Really? Just to do that? Okay, child, but yet you on a show looking for a helpmate, but okay. So with that being said, Sierra and Katarina said that I'm not going to carry the same weight. I got exactly what they meant. They don't want to carry any emotional weight that they have worked through. They don't want to carry any.
Another good point is, listen, not all weight is the same. Not everyone can carry the same amount of weight.
Exactly right. And so and I thank you for saying that, because that was a very true statement. So because that did not have the space as it deserved, right? Although these shows take 12 to 14 hours, there was probably more, but they do what they do. What ended up happening was that, Katarina said, your attitude sucks. You need to stop. I'm gonna give you all the attitude. But before that, though, that when they both said that, it wasn't said to Sierra, but it was said to Katarina of, oh, we know. Who is we? Because I don't think anybody else said that she couldn't carry her own weight. So then, Katarina said, you're being a hateful itch. And Janelle said, "I'm the itch that's here." And Kat walked away and said, "Good for you." And you know what? Honestly, shout out to Karina for handling that, because at the end of the day, that was so disrespectful. You guys are all on TV being vulnerable. If anything, y'all are both black. What the hell are we doing here?
How many times do I have to preach about her being surface level? See, you said, and that's what
My
I said, because when I was
Lord.
looking, and I said this before, I said she has almost more followers than anybody, but yet you talk about your class, you talk about your value and how you're this, you're that, but yet you devalue yourself by allowing yourself to stoop down to levels that you say are beneath you. But yet
Yep.
you want to keep yelling out who you are. Well, you're showing us who you are. You can say you're this person or that person, but if you're showing something different, then which part are we going to believe?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in
And for
that
Janelle
moment,
to throw out,
yeah.
the first thing you want to say, you want to call them is go after their looks. They're ugly bitches. Woman.
Yeah, and I said this on the panel. I'm like, Janelle, just a question. Just a question. When you said ugly itches, did that include your friend Jessica? Yes or no?
Right. That's the question. Did that involve Jessica?
Because Jessica's also on the show with you. Just saying. And so when I said that out loud, Gigi was like, well, damn. Well, damn. Well, damn. Did you have to say the quiet part out loud? Well, damn. But listen.
I thought there was one point where I thought where it got heated. I said, I know he did not just open up a bottle of liquor and just start drinking. Now, wait a second. Are we at this level? Hold on.
did.
Shit. Now, wait a second. No, it's about to go down.
I had a little tequila.
Okay, I knew I seen that. I said, oh, wait a second. I know that cork sound anywhere. I know what that is.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus be a fence all around me every day. I ask for your protection as I travel along the way. But no, I really thought that was a legitimate question. Like, if you're going to say that, then say it about everybody. If you're going to be fair.
Well, the way she made it sound like it, she was saying it about everybody because she said, these ugly bitches always trying to start stuff with me.
Exactly.
So who are these? Who are they? Who are them?
Right. Exactly right. And so, Janelle feels that it's wrong that handling business is masculine. And I do agree with that. I think a woman handling her business should not be masculine. It should just be welcomed, accepted, and embraced. I totally agree with that. And this is the thing. Janelle does make good points. It's just her delivery and what she says with her delivery. And I got the same damn problem. I do. I will gladly admit that, okay? But at least I take accountability. For real. So, Kat says she wants to rest in her femininity because she has done the masculine thing before, and that was too much mental weight. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout out to Grand Marier, because he, put his hand on Kat's shoulder, just massaging him, just relax. I'm here with you. And I would have done the same thing. I really would have. Actually, let's just thank God I wasn't there. Because I would have handled it.
Yeah, we have to worry about you being there all the time. Because, child.
If I was there, I don't think that episode would have made it to air. Let's just say that. So then we get to Sierra, and I think we did talk about that though. We talked about Sierra and Marier's conversation. And then we get to the nighttime portion that Janelle hugs Quentin, and Phil and Aries are connected with foot rubs. Phil and Aries connected a lot on the overnight getaway, but of course we don't know if Chris and Aries connected either because we don't see everything. Jessica and Grand Marier gives soap to Jessica to be kind, but she took a shower earlier, and I just felt like, well, doggone, like, can you at least just accept the soap? Like, my Lord. And Marier said something very important. She said, this is Jessica's race to lose. And I totally agree. because of the fact that you have showcased your behavior of just trying to stay in the game, that Maurier has power where he could have said that I want Jessica gone. So he could have saw your game. So it is your game to lose. So, they have breakfast, and then Chris and Kat, are, sitting there, and, Chris talks about the Hunger Games, which is a family tradition. But you have to have a kid. And Kat was like, oh, that's not fair. And Chris was like, oh, it's okay. You can rent a kid. I'm like, in the words of Nene Leakes, the ghetto. But I was here for them because they got to connect on culture so much, and it was wonderful to see that. So I can definitely agree with that. And then we get to Lee's hip hop dance class, child, and Lee's body. Oh Jesus! If I was married to Lee, oh my Lord. My last name is already Lee, so it wouldn't be that. The Lees are leading everyone everywhere to joy, happiness, and satisfaction. Listen, so they're in the hip hop dance class having a good time. Katarina is participating. Sierra participated for a little bit and then sat down, but Janelle just did not want to be there. And, Quentin was intrigued and he was turned on. And I was proud of the fact that he allowed himself to be able to still have power in this experience. And when when Lee and Quentin high-fived each other, Janelle had a wife look of like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? Do you not know whose you are? So what did you think of that, Gigi? All of those different sequence of events.
Look, all I can say is when I say a whole lot doesn't even scratch the surface of what it all was. And I'm going to say I agree with you too when Grand Marnier, you got me calling him Grand Marnier, Lord have mercy. Grand Marnier basically letting me know, like, look, Jessica basically is losing this race herself. She's putting herself in a position to, not be chosen. And I feel like her desperation showed, especially, with the whole fixing the plate. That was just, like I said, surface level.
Yep. Very surface level.
And when it comes to, hold on, I'm sorry, I want my right quick. Yeah, that's cool. But I do feel like when it came to as far as connections,
sure.
Like I've been saying, the connections go with Aries and Phil. That's where I feel at. Sierra, I feel like she was just there basically to people were saying that she's there basically, just to be on the show, just to kind of show her face or whatever. Sure. I don't really truly feel like that with her. I feel like it's more so, this might sound bad, but sometimes they feel like just because they're pretty and look good that they definitely are going to make it. And I feel like that's where Janelle's at too. Janelle feels the same way. She feels like because she's pretty, because she's, maybe a little bit lighter, that she's, the main one. And that's definitely not the case because, like you said, Miss Lee, thank you. What was saying here? Them step classes. If I could have just been the V, I just wanted to be the V on the yoga pants. That's it.
Child, I wanted to be Lee's lips. Okay, listen.
Just let me be the V part of the backside. That's all I wanted to see.
Listen, you can get the V from the back. I'll get the V from the front. Okay, listen. Lord help. So we get through all that. Tommy pulls up in a Rolls Royce. I'm like, Lord help.
Lord, it was clean too. Nice.
It was clean. Very clean. And the outfit was like, what's going on, people? I'm just like, you know what? I ain't mad at Tommy. Listen, he's like, you know what? I've been the host of a dating show about to go on 10 years, 10 seasons. I deserve to pull up in royalty. You have not because your ass not. I feel it. So, it's family time. Ladies go outside and the men get to talk. Chris says, I can see Aries being with Phil, but he doesn't see anybody leaving with Lee but him. And Quentin had the hardest look at Chris that I have ever seen when he said that. Because I'm just like, wait a minute, you've been with Janelle for so long. Hey, May, welcome in, Queen. Glad to have you here. You've been looking at Janelle for so long. Why did you get big mad? Why did you get big mad? You know, at least they've been making a connection. Not to mention too, I think that Lee said that they talk every day, if I'm not mistaken.
What, her and Quentin?
No, her.
No, she said her and Chris.
Her and Chris talk every day.
Yeah, and that's what Aries was saying, is that Chris is a very nice person. Like, he talks to all of them. That's why she texted him when the conversation was happening. You know, she said, oh shit. She said she texted him to let him know, like, hey, this conversation's going on about you. Think you need to go ahead and jump on over here, see what's going on.
Absolutely.
And she did say, and he said that he talked to Katarina. He talked to Aries, Lee. Because you see, even the comment about the sister wives. He was like, "Yep, they are. They are."
Yep. It's all an inside joke.
Right.
Charlene Weaver says Janelle is kind of overbearing. See, it's not just us that see it. Okay,
no,
you know, and this is why I said to my little sister, because she asked me, Brea, how did you know that going into media was what you wanted to do? I said, if somebody says it to you one time, take it with a grain of salt. But if every time you say your dream and somebody doesn't know you, they say you can do that, run with that. If one person would have said that she was overbearing, that she's a mean girl, that she's this and she's that and everything in between, that's one thing. But if everybody is saying it, there's got to be something sweet in the Kool-Aid. Because Charlene just typed that. We didn't tell her to type that. She typed that because that's what she sees. So, listen, at some point in time, you just got to cut the ish. And just be honest of like, okay, I got to look at my own behavior. Y'all cannot just be saying this just to say this.
Right. And that's what it is. Like, we're not saying this shit just because we feel like, you know, we want views or we want clicks. No, we're saying this because this is clearly what we see. And if it's, you know, if there's more than one saying it, then evidently there's something to it. And also what we said too, if something is said about you and you know it's not true, your response is going to be a little bit differently to it. But if there's some merit to what is being said, oh, you're going to show your ass in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Absolutely right.
And she has shown that several times.
Several times. Nikki News says, I need to start watching the show. It is so good. May says, I don't watch the show, just stop by to support. And I love you for that, May. I appreciate you as always.
Thank you, May.
So listen, Chris says Chris is saying that he is not connected with Jessica and Sierra. Grand Marnier, says that he, Lee and Aries he's not connecting with. Quentin said that he's not connecting with Sierra. Then Grand Marnier gives the word that Jessica and Sierra need to come forward. Now, this is just the petty in me. Nephew, if I was Nephew Tom, I'd be like, hang on, y'all, I'll be right back. Everybody just get a mimosa. This moment is sponsored by Grand Marnier. Now, Marnier, you may continue. With our Grand Marnier mimosas, Jessica and Sierra, please step forward. That would have been me if I was the damn host. Let me tell you.
That would have been like that. Now, shit. You know what? We don't even have a show next week.
Wait, do we not have a show next week? I thought it was on
we
every
do have
Friday.
a show next week. No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait a minute now.
Wait a second. No, I'm sorry. Your outburst didn't cause the show to go off. Not yet.
But no, honestly though, I mean, of course, you can't really do that moment on TV unless you have a sponsorship. Now they got a sponsorship, that would have been a great moment. That would have been a great moment. But
you would think that they would have more sponsorship, or at least would advertise it a little bit better if they do.
Oh, absolutely. Like I would be drinking Grand Marnier in every episode. Every damn episode. Let's see. Charlene Wheeler says Sierra looks like she can put some wrestling moves on all the guys and girls at the house. Absolutely. It's not the big and loud ones that you have to watch out for. It's the quiet to themselves ones that you got to watch out for. By the way, I did say that there was a comment about Janelle, right? Now, this comment, I screenshot it and I wanted to read it to y'all. So this is from the True 470. Every big girl I know's act like some version of Janelle. That is not true. Their big girls are the best in the world, from what I have been able to tell. But there's a bit of truth in every comment. But anyway, let me continue. Every big girl I know acts like some version of Janelle. Nasty, mean, bitter, and hating on women who are either younger or smaller than them. Lizzo's auntie needs therapy. Child.
You know what? That comment right there had me out when they said Janelle's like Lizzo's auntie. I said, shit. Just take me now.
I'm just like, child, I cannot. So as this is happening, and y'all, I just want y'all to know something. Body language counts for about 80% of communication. When Jessica stepped forward, Grand Marier's, and I think Grand Marnier was very good in what he was saying to both ladies. Grand Marnier said to Jessica that some of the men feel that, is there a softer side to you? Is there a vulnerable side to you? And you can be combative. And what Jessica said, what you will not do is call me combative. That was very divisive, and I'm not happy with it. And I noticed that there was somebody's face that had a mean mug. And it was Janelle. It was just right there. I'm like, wow. So the hit dog must be hollering, because if it was the curveball of Sierra, Jessica, and Janelle coming forth, I would have loved to see it. And I do think that in the preview when we get to, I'm going to tell y'all my reasoning for what I think that. But then Sierra gets told that, I think, Sierra gets told that, you're a great time. You have playful energy, but some of the guys think it may be too much. And you seem like it seems like more of a homie. So, after all that, it's a cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, damn, y'all. But then the doggone preview came through for everybody. So here we go to well, before that, what did you think of those sequence of events before we get to the preview? Because the preview, child, the preview.
Listen, let me tell you that having Jessica and Sierra in the bottom two, we already knew that. We counted that.
Yes, we did.
That's why I had everybody do their predictions last week, because I said, listen, we already know we can see it coming. And damn it, if we wasn't correct, Sierra, Jessica, bottom two. But what made it so bad is that you had Grand Marnier to be the one to eliminate them, and those are his only two connections. Woo! Which really, I'm not even gonna say that those are his connections, because he's not connected with nobody either. Right?
No.
It's just a matter of time. But for him to be the one that has to, eliminate one of them, I said, well, they have the agony in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all all have been reaching for a connection, and this is what you get. And for Jessica to get mad at the fact that he said that some of the men feel that she could be combative, it's like, girl, really? Y'all need to pick and choose what the hell y'all are really getting mad about, and which words y'all are really
that part
worried about. And if you're being combative, then why are you fighting it? We've seen it. It's been shown.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you showed a softer side. When you fixed Marier's plate and you was, one to cater to him, that was showing a softer side. Where was the problem with showing that to Christopher?
That's it. That is it. That is
why
the
is it
main
that
question.
That couldn't be shown there if that was the connection that you truly had or was trying to have. But like she said last week, she was done playing that game. She was done pretending.
Well,
so that's all it was her pretending.
Well, it's interesting that when you now are selected as a player in the game, how the tables turn. Listen,
It ain't
everybody.
no
Six
fun
people.
when the rabbits got the gun.
Listen, six people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are on a special edition of a Saturday edition of Virtual Tour Live. Of course, a Queen C with GG9 is with me. We have been traveling on this Ready to Love after show because, child, it was supposed to be on at 4:30, then 5:30, and we had Aries and Chris on the panel. So, to everybody who was patient, thank y'all so much. And you know what? It goes to show me it's not about the size of the numbers, it's about your integrity. Because y'all all could have
Right.
left, but you stayed here because you knew my character. And for that, I am grateful to each and every one of you. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much. Now it's time for the preview, darlings and kings. The preview, darlings and kings. The preview, darlings
Yes,
and
the
kings.
preview.
Woo! So here's the thing, right? So somebody does get eliminated. Then they are all fishing. Lee and Quentin are, connecting. And Lee said that, she basically was done with Quinn at that point, even though they did have similarities. But just because you have similarities doesn't mean that you're compatible, which was a very valid statement. But then as they were fishing, hey, babe, you caught a fish from Janelle. Now, I believe that some shows need a friend of the experience or a friend of the house. Because I was it. Hey, Quentin, Lee, the gang. Hey, what y'all doing? Fishing? What do you do when you fish? Well, you get a fishing rod, Braylon, and you put some bait on it, and you throw the fishing rod, the hook, into the lake, and if you catch something, you reel it in. That's what we call fishing. So if that's the case, would you catch anything? Yes. Janelle, you good?
Listen,
They're
I
catching
told
something.
you, it's that mother hen. Hey, baby, you put that bait on there. Follow what your uncle's saying. Now, take that life jacket off. Wait, Janelle, what was the... Like I said, a bonnet and some house shoes while she was standing over that balcony talking about, oh, did you catch something? Did you catch a fish? Motherfucker, ain't he fishing? I mean, it's possible that that's what happens when you go fishing. You catch a fish.
Exactly. And honestly,
I mean-
your damn response on the phone took me out because you were like, I know you did not just say that shit. I know you just did not say that. And so if this were to happen, I know Janelle said, Bray, what the F? What? You did not have to disrespect me like that. You didn't have to dumb yourself like that. Okay, you know what? You gonna quit playing with me. You know what? You want to be handled. Excuse me? Yeah, you want to be handled. Every time you open up your mouth, you are testing to see if somebody can handle you. And at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, you have been tested in every single thing, and you want somebody to pass your test of giving a damn about you. That's what I said. That's what I meant. And guess what? There ain't a damn thing you gonna do about it.
I'm starting to feel like maybe what Chris said about Jessica might be true about Janelle, because Janelle seems like she likes that shit. Like, that's the shit that really likes, that she just, it's not right if it's not like that to her.
Absolutely. And honestly, what I would say to Janelle is, if what I'm saying right now to your damn face ain't true, don't grab my neck and put me in my place. But if it's true, do what you gonna do and handle me. But you don't have it in you to do. Because at that point, now the ball's in her court. Because if she chokes my neck, I got her. But if she don't choke it, she's going to be thinking about what she wants to do.
But this is the question, and this is what was asked too on the panel. There has to be a reason to why she is single. 41. How it is. Listen here. We went through the whole spiel. Now, it's not that you're not, wanting these things. It's just that for some reason your relationship is not what's going on. And when you said that, maybe the exes of the females should come, I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. But then I was like, well, that could also be fair too.
Yeah.
Because honestly, men need to see what a female's ex is kind of like sometimes. But then again, like, who the hell really wants to meet your ex? Like, I don't give a fuck.
No,
about
very
your ex.
true.
It's the ex for a reason. Like, keep
Right.
them in the fucking past.
I don't want to hear
Right.
you talk about them. Don't bring them up. We don't need to be like none of that shit.
And honestly, to tell you the truth, the reason why I brought that up was because I said women have trauma in relationships and males have trauma in relationships as well. And so that's why I really wanted the exes to be there. Now, what would have ended up happening is Janelle would have grabbed me and would have handled me, but then I actually would have handled her. And so then in the more so, everybody, how's everybody doing? Braylon, Janelle, y'all good? Oh, absolutely. She thought she was Mrs. Incredible with her flexibility, and I froze her in her zone. I know the hell you did not. Tommy.
Next thing on the they be talking about.
No, absolutely. Listen, look, single auntie got handled by nephew last night. What it is. What's up with? Now, Janelle, if what I said ain't true, don't you open up your doggone mouth right damn now. But if you open up your mouth, it must be true to some degree. We can move on, Tommy. You see she ain't saying that. Wait, say that again?
Now Jessica on the hot seat. Like, but definitely going to have to work on getting the interview going with that.
Listen, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? And y'all listen.
At the end, when it comes to it, but listen, there's some understandings that need to be made because I still want to know what is truly her problem with Katarina.
Yep, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because at the end of the day, you can talk about Chris all you want to, but he didn't roll up on anybody, though. And like I said, y'all, all these are dramatizations, and there may be a little truth in me wanting to be handled by a thick woman. I did say that I want my potential partner as a fantasy.
Yeah, I think Janelle's trailing off on your list,
Listen, and honestly, this is what I really would say. This is what I really would say. I'm like, you know what, Janelle? It's a weekend getaway. If you really are about it, or a Black Panther costume, tap me on my.
Not a Black Panther, Lord have mercy.
Get a Black Panther costume. Tell production that Braylon got 5 minutes and stand behind me and give me a head start. Whatever happens,
you know what? No.
May the odds ever be in my favor.
Not gonna come on the show. This is why she's not gonna come on the show. This is the exact damn reason why she is not trying to come on the damn show. See, every damn time.
Well, you know what? At least I'm consistent in my reality. I have not switched
let me tell you, if Will Packer takes any of these ideas, I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. I'm not even gonna watch the show no more. I'm just not. But one thing that we did say that I feel like would be great is for them to do the comeback. Like,
we did talk about that. Absolutely.
Season 10.
Yep.
Season 10. The people who basically were unmatchable, bring them back. Don't just go off of, the different cities, because I think that's also been where they've been fucking up too, because it seems like they haven't been able to get, casting right with the different locations that they've been in, because Dallas was a struggle. And it seems like they're struggling now, even with casting for New Orleans. So they definitely, I feel like they need to try to bring back unmatchables, take them to a city, go ahead, leave them in, do the household thing where they're all in one house for a month, 2 months, whatever the case is, and try to kind of like, repaint a picture like that. Give them a second chance. It's like I said, Ready to Love redemption. Like, are you ready to love now? Like, here's your second chance.
No, and I agree. And honestly, I know why they have probably done all these cities, because most of the cities probably have a tax credit for them to film production that, lowers down the cost, because it's cheaper to do unscripted television than scripted TV. For example, Fox's Empire, it took about $3 million per episode. For those of you who may not know that. So I'm going to just say, let's just say that Empire, let me erase this. So this will go to show y'all how much money it would take. So in a usual episode order for a scripted show is 13 episodes, right? That's usually the standard for scripted television, right? So as the results pull up here on my Google Schmoogle, to use a word from Kempire, that would be $39 million for a scripted show. compared to the tax credits that you can get in Dallas, in New Orleans, in New York, in California, all that, right? So I feel like, honestly, if y'all fly these people, if y'all are in one city, y'all make accommodations. Yeah, he's Will Packer. Hell, y'all could find a location, fly everybody, and not to mention too, being in a, not to mention, no, absolutely, not to mention being in a house creates for more real dynamics, because after the date's over, you gotta go back, right? And not to mention, you can have a challenge where, guess what, there can be the king and queen of the house, and they get to have their own private time, right? There's a way to do it. And then Janelle, this is still the preview, y'all. Janelle gets big mad about combat being used as a word, and Chris handles the situation. I don't really have to explain. And then we see Chris go off. And I mean, it's a F you, like, don't F me in your past life, your present life, or the afterlife if I'm in it. And I said that Janelle, Jessica, Sierra would be the bottom three if the curveball was up. But I really do believe that he's going off on Janelle. I really believe that, because Janelle threw Chris in there as a curveball, saying some things that really weren't true about him, even though Janelle and Chris never had a connection. Now, some people think it's Jessica, but either way, he's going off on one of those two.
I think it's Janelle. And honestly, your call out when you said that you feel like, especially after Janelle basically kind of came for Chris, when I didn't understand that part either. Like, I have not seen y'all interact at all. So how can you say that this man is this kind of way? And he doesn't take accountability and all this and the third. So yeah, I feel like y'all might need to have a sit down. And if it just so happened that he get your ass together, then he get you together, girl.
And here's the crazy thing, y'all. That prediction that I made was after the panel. Because me and Gigi talk. Not saying I don't talk to Q and Salam, but I usually talk to them on the panel, because Q is a father, so I respect that. You know what I mean? Solana, I haven't really talked to her, but we all are very cordial and friendly with each other. I mean, hell, we do a panel every Saturday at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube. So, but me and Gigi talk regular schmegular. So when I said, if I was a producer, I would set up Chris and Janelle. I'll be like, choose who y'all want and set them up. And Janelle be like, Braylon, what the hell? I'm like, didn't you say that he wasn't accountable? Didn't you say all these things? Here's your shot to talk.
Right, here's your shot to hold him accountable, and let's see if you can hold yourself accountable. And I'm going to say this because
can you match the energy? Yeah.
Right. And there's people who will actually, make it as though I'm against a certain thing, or I'm against women or nothing. No, I'm against bullshit, period, point blank.
Yep.
Like, and I'm not, and I've said this on several panels, and I've, said it on my lives as well. We need to always stop going to bat for black people just because they're black people, because sometimes them black people that we're going to bat for are the ones that's tearing us down and making us look bad.
That part.
So no, I'm gonna go for the ones that's right. I'm gonna speak on what's right and what's factual, and when what I feel like could help make things better for us as a culture. But I'm not about to sit there and back you up if I know that you're wrong just because you are the same color. No.
Absolutely right.
Because honestly, if I didn't care about you, then I'd just go ahead and let you do it. But because I care, I am going to try to hold you accountable. Like, that now part. We are going to have a conversation about it, because listen here, now maybe there's some shit that needs to be understood. You see my point, I see your point, and we meet somewhere in the middle. Figure it out. If it can't be like that, fine. But that doesn't mean that just because you're a woman or just because you're a man, you have to get the pass just because you're black or just because you are that gender. No. We are all people. We are all human.
Absolutely right.
We are more than another person. That person.
No, absolutely right.
That you look down at another person just because, you feel like you are better.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Nobody is better than anybody else. And by the way, y'all, the beautiful Tamika Ray On her Instagram recently was on set doing something. And I know that Tamika Ray has hosted the Ray to Love reunions in the past. So I said on her Instagram, "Are you doing the Ray to Love reunion?" Of course, she didn't say nothing about it because, for one, there's so many comments. But number two, if you're doing that particular thing, you're not going to acknowledge that. But she has done the Ray to Love reunion in the past. Although Janelle's did say that they already taped their reunion. But I will just say this. If Chris went off that bad, I cannot imagine how the reunion is going to be.
That go
Oh,
off
my
was damn
Lord
near like your go off.
Jesus.
Because that go off that he did, that definitely was. That was a fuck you now, fuck you later, fuck you forever. Don't say
Woo!
my name. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. That was a fuck you for life. That I was like, damn.
That
Hold on.
that was a Will Smith. Keep my name out your effing mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. I said, shit. He said,
Woo!
fuck you. I said, oh shit. Wait a second.
But you
We
know
all
what?
know the
I
force
will.
behind the fuck you now. Now listen,
Oh
if you say
yeah.
fuck you forcefully, oh now you know you done fucked up. Wait a second.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing, though. Even in his delivery, he was still measured. What I did was probably what he wanted to do, but he was measured in that, though. Hey, PN2 Ross, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Gigi, you still there? Okay, she may have stepped away from her mic. But yes, PN2 Ross, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Yes, we are talking about Ready to Love. Gigi, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can now. I was
Okay,
just
so my
saying.
signal's a little bit different.
No, you're good. I was just saying that even though Chris went off, he was still measured in him going off. Because the way I went off is probably what he wanted to do. Okay, I think she did say that she was in a bad area, y'all. So give her a little grace there. But yeah, y'all. So welcome in. Glad to have you here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are in the middle of a virtual tour live, everybody. A very special edition of Virtual Tour Live on a Saturday. This is the first Saturday edition of Virtual Tour Live. I know that you guys said that you guys would like. I know that you guys said that you would like. A virtual tour live on a Saturday. So, I took that to heart. And this edition of it just kind of happened because we had a panel, if you're Bougetto, or a panel if you're regular day or schmegular. And basically what ended up happening was we had Chris and Aries from Ready to Love. And let's see. I tried to watch because they filmed here, but didn't make it for the fourth show. That's okay. That's totally okay. Either way, we appreciate the support for sure. We appreciate the support for sure. Love you as always for sure. And so, Chris and Aries came on, and y'all, let me tell you something. There was a person that tried it. They tried it. And your friend, the family member had to gather their soul. I don't know if they have a soul anymore. So
Not their soulless.
It looked well. She could match the energy after a while. You know what I mean? So yeah. But no, what did you think about Chris, being measured in his response? Because like I said, what I did, he probably really wanted to go off like that, but he couldn't.
Yeah, that's what I said. He definitely, I feel like that's why he was, very, very thankful and grateful for your comeback. And basically, because listen, she came hard for him. And even Aries was like, hey, he's a really good guy. Sometimes he's a little bit too nice. He doesn't really, speak his mind like he should. So for him to actually explode like that. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it had to been a reason. There's no, like, he's not just going to go out of character and basically be, I'm not even gonna say rude, but be so forceful to
Yep.
where he's saying, look, fuck you, period.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Honestly, that was a you're not shit, fuck you.
Yep.
And
That is
so,
it.
but he honestly was still very measured. He was very, he
Yeah.
was still very polite.
Oh yes. Oh yes, for sure. Let me tell you something, man. Oh man, it was just woo. So yes, welcome in six people.
Most of the time it's fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, your greasy granny, fuck your fuck your house shoes, fuck the dog, the cats, everything else.
Absolutely.
Listen, he was like, you know what? Just fuck you. Don't say shit to me. Just nothing. Like, we have nothing to ever talk about again. If you see me, close your eyes. I'm Ray Charles. Ray Charles to this. Like,
I cannot with you. And you know what? I think Chris, you know, Steve Harvey said something when he was at Universal Orlando Resort to his live ones when he has talk show in Chicago. He said, you know, sometimes if you see somebody falling down the steps or you see something funny no one else saw, God wrote that joke for you. Sometimes God will allow you to get your clap back, your lip back, your get back in a way where you don't gotta do any work. I think Chris actually smiled today. I think he did a little laugh. I think he did a little dancing after he saw me with my clap back. He was like, you know what? I couldn't go off like I wanted to, but that brother there, he did for me. Oh, Lord. Lord Jesus. If you guys want to come on up on StreamYard.
Let me tell you, that was a mess. But when I say, I still have to give props to Chris because he definitely held his shit all the way together.
Absolutely.
He was still respectful, but he let it be known, like, I'm not for these games. Y'all are not just going to keep playing with me. Y'all are not just going to keep talking about me like that. And like I said, I felt like it was great for the conversation that happened with the young lady that popped up on the panel. And for her to say what she said about him, and for him to actually come in the chat, talk about it, Aries talk about it, and they join the panel and actually be able to give clarification on things that we don't see. We only, like you said, it's a 40-minute show, you know, with commercials, 60 minutes without. So, well, 60 minutes with commercials, 40 minutes without.
Yep.
So we only see a certain part. So for them to actually come and give us context and, you know, them to be the subject of what we were speaking of, more so Chris. But still, I felt like that was definitely good on his part because he could have shied away from it. He could have just been like, no, absolutely. I said what I said. It is what it is. But, you know, it's not. You know, I really respect him for how he was able to handle it.
Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you something. You know how I said in the last panel that Sierra, can you send it over to Will Packer? I have a good feeling that this is going to get back to production somehow. This whole damn live that we did is going to get back somehow. I swear it is, because it just had too much tea for it not to go somewhere. Lord help. Lord help. So y'all, if y'all want to come on up on StreamYard, you're more than welcome to. Or if you got any questions for us about Ready to Love or any hot topics that are on your mind, feel free to let us know. 4 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here. And thank you all for being here. It really does mean the world to me that all of you are seeing me and Queen Tiwi GG9 and Q and Solana for what we do. And honestly, to tell you the truth, no, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Gigi? Okay, I think she stepped away from her microphone. But no, yeah, I appreciate you guys seeing us for what we do, because let me tell you something. I think every voice is important. Some voices are stupid, and they're important because you need to know what not to do. And some voices are important because you get to see the best of what you can do, right? So yeah, like I said, this has been a wonderful, wonderful live. I'm gonna wait for Gigi to get herself together because I want to thank her before we head out here. If you guys want to come up very quickly and hang out with me and Gigi, feel free. This is a special edition of Virtual Tour Live. We did it because we were talking about Ready to Love that airs Friday night, and then the day after we do a live panel. It has become one of my favorite parts of my Saturday. Um, and right now, I am trying to figure out something for myself because, okay, I think she'll come back in a little bit. I am trying to figure out something for myself right now because there is a particular young lady that I have an attraction for. That this young lady is everything that God could have made, and I can't believe that He made her to the T. And so I have to now. I gotta decide because I've been invited to an event. So I gotta decide between either going to that event or going to potentially see the person that could be in my life for the rest of my life. So y'all pray for me with that. She is gorgeous, gorgeous. She is articulate. She's the whole other side of me, and I mean that for not just because she's in me too, but I really do believe she could be my other half. I really do. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But thank you all so much for being here. I know Ari said that she may come through if I am still live. So I'm gonna stay on here for a little bit for sure. Yes, listen, I want to be married. Okay, I really do. I have so much to give. The way I defend my family, my friends, is the way I want to defend my wife, my partner, my best friend, my love. You know how they say, your wife is the side chick, she's the main chick, she's this part. I want all of that because it's one thing for your family to love you, it's another thing for your friends to love you, but for a whole human being to say, I want to marry you because I want you in my life, because I love you for you, is a love that is indescribable. And so yeah, I'm praying for that. I really am praying for that. I'm getting myself together in some areas of my life before I make that commitment. Hopefully, going to this event, and her seeing me in person, and me seeing her in person and kind of connecting, will be a good thing. You know what I mean? So hopefully, good things to come from that. So yeah, glad to have all of you in the building. Thank you all for being here. Hopefully you had a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. We're just up here chilling now. This is kind of the coasting of the, of the virtual tour live. So if you want to come up on StreamYard, feel free. Or if you have any question or any hot topic, feel free to type it in the chat, and I will answer it to the best of my ability, as I often do. Listen, I try to give the best of me in all circumstances. So, yeah, this was great. I may do more Saturday editions of Virtual Tour Live because this was fun. This was my first Saturday one, and yeah, it was circumstantial, of course, but I really appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said, I think the greatest thing that I'm seeing from this audience that we are building. Hang on, hope the work out is going well. Okay, so Gigi said that her signal is bad and that she will talk to me later. Okay, so messaging Aries now because she said that she is working out, and I'll see if you're still on when I finish. So we'll see. But I want to thank a Queen T with GG9 for being here, and y'all can catch the replays of each panel on Queen T with GG9. Y'all go support her. Shout out to a talk with Solana. Also to my main man Q Dog. For sure. And like I said, it's one of my favorite panels to be on because we dissect the show. We dissect the show for what it is. And like I said, the biggest thing I would say to each and every one of you is, take one step at a time. You don't have to conquer Rome in a day. And let me tell you something. The biggest dreams, the most powerful dreams, and the most evolving dreams take the most time, work, and energy to make commitments to. It really, really does. Because like I said before, YouTube has given me the most social anxiety I have ever had. But, today to be on a panel and then to have two cast members actually come up from a show that is on the Oprah Winfrey Network, and I got to talk with them today, that's a win. You know what I mean? So like I said before, don't worry about placing in first place because the people that try to place in first place, they usually crash, burn, and they end up having to give back their trophy because they cheated. And the person that usually ends up in third place or second place usually gets to be next in line. So the second place person gets to be in first place, and the third place person gets to be in second place. So don't worry about who places first. Worry about the fact of just placing. Understand? Much love, Queen C with GG9. We had a good time today. We really did. It was so much fun. And this is what YouTube is supposed to be. And like I said, my background is in radio broadcasting. So radio, I've learned my voice and how to use it. Television, I learned the power of time and how you use that time. And then the marketplace of media taught me to diversify how I give to all of you. So I love doing this. And it's a great joy to be able to create a place for people to fall. And you know what's so interesting? Everybody who will have something to say about you usually can't come and say anything, especially when the receipts don't match up with what they're trying to talk about you about. So as long as you know you're in control, keep distributing yourself as the person you are. Because eventually, in the words of a song, everybody plays the fool sometimes, and there's no exception to the rule. Let them play themselves out to be the fool. You know what I mean? And I mean that personally, for your life, for your business, for your family, for your friends, and just anything in your life. I mean, I think so many times we will attach ourselves to things, but here's the key. Attaching yourself to things can drain you. Connecting yourself can nourish you. Connecting to things nourish you. Attaching yourself to things can drain you. And it's very true. There are some people in life that they are suckers and they take. And there are some people in life that are givers and they give. So you have to be careful of who is a sucker and who is a giver. Amen, somebody. So I always like to end every live with something reflective, something positive, something that allows you to know that you have spent time here purposely. I'm gonna read the daily motivator. That's not to say I'm ending it, because 4 people are still in the building with me, and I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I will probably stay on until maybe 2:30, 2 hours and 30 minutes, maybe 2:35, child. But as I pull up the Great Day thought, and you know why I really do the greatday.com motivator at the end, because I really want you to know that at the end of the day, I want you to leave from this space with something in you that you can take away. because I think so many times you go to YouTube channels that are full of drama and toxicity and just a gutter mindset, and you leave in a worse state than you came. Um, and I genuinely believe that at the end of the day, that if you have spent an hour 30 minutes, or 2 hours, as you all have, you deserve to leave here in a state of peace. I really, really do believe that. So let me get to the daily motivator as we keep talking here. 6 people in the building. Thank you so much. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Welcome into Brandon Lee's Virtual Tour Live. Saturday, September 2nd, 2023. Notice more. There are slats on your window shutter. Have you ever counted how many? You know the leaves on the trees are green. Do you ever pay attention to all the different shades of green? Ask yourself questions such as this, and you can teach yourself to notice more. You can learn to uncover possibilities that you never even realized were there. Notice more, and you'll improve your presence, mindfulness, and awareness. Where once you only perceived a problem, you can find opportunity, new value, and goodness, especially when it comes to other people. Notice more. You'll discover that some of your habitual judgments are replaced with thoughtful understanding. In every place, in every activity, with each person you encounter, you have the opportunity to notice more. What new things can you notice right now, Ralph Morrison? Woo! What a word, right? What a word, right? Notice more. You know what I learned from that daily motivational thought was this. At the end of the day, more is all around us. It's just what we pay attention to. I'm going to say that again. More is all around us. It's just what we pay attention to. And from this episode of Ready to Love, I saw that people notice more of what they haven't gave to the experience, and reconciling the fact that, okay, I'm getting close to the end and I can't go back, but what can I do with it now? They noticed more that there's still an opportunity there. And for people that noticed the opportunities, some people noticed more that they're blocking their own blessings, but they're allowing themselves to block their own blessings. I also noticed more with today's panel that just because you agree doesn't mean that there's not pressure points. But just because there are pressure points doesn't mean you have to unlock the pressure. I'm going to say that again. Just because there are pressure points doesn't mean that you have to unlock the pressure. And if you are going to unlock the pressure, make sure that you guide people through the pressure that you're going through. Oh, come on now. Make sure that you're guiding people through the pressure that you're going through, because at the end of the day, at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, somebody is about to go through something with pressure. Somebody's in the middle of something with pressure. Somebody's coming out of something that had pressure. And, you know, in college, I would always go to the seniors, and my friends who were freshmen, they said, Brandon, why are you going to the seniors? I'm like, they made it to graduation, and that's where I'm trying to get to. Think about how simple that is. You want to get to success. If somebody's reached success, wouldn't it be a great way to get to success by knowing at least a guide to get there? So I noticed more of that I am responsible, not just for the pressure I create, but also the pressure that I allow myself to be a part of. And finally, in terms of noticing more, sometimes noticing the more of what you don't have can drain you, but also noticing what you could have more of can elevate you. Come on now. Come on. Noticing what you don't have can drain you, right? Because you're in that mental state of, Oh, I don't have a brand new car. Oh, I don't have a new house. Oh, I don't have those shoes. Oh, I don't have those new glasses. Oh, I don't have a smart TV. Guess what? You dwelling in what you don't, you dwelling in the more of what you don't have is not changing anything. But by you allowing yourself to be in the more of noticing what you don't have, you're putting yourself in a box, and you're not able to open up the joy of what you already have in front of you. Whew. Okay. All right. I guess it's just me that needed this word today, right? I guess it's just me. I mean, come on, y'all. Work with me, not against me. I mean, really. I say this because in this world that we live in today, we are so more conscious of what we don't have that we can never celebrate what we have. And I know that the news cycle is the news cycle. We all, contribute a verse in this play. But also, too, within contributing a verse to this play of life, also make sure that if you're going to contribute the bad to a play, that you also contribute to the ending. And that the ending doesn't have to be bad unless you want it to be. Amen, somebody? So 6 people are in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be here with y'all for a little bit longer because 6 people are in the building. I thank all of you for being here. And I hope that with this channel, it is becoming a place to fall. It's becoming a place to laugh. It's becoming a place for you to... It's becoming a place where you can connect, to feel like you're not the only person out there. And in parasocial relationships, it can get a little heavy. Everybody will claim you as something. Some of y'all have already claimed me as your nephew. Some of you claim me as your cousin. Some of you claim me as your uncle. Some of y'all are claiming me as your son. Some of you are claiming me as your fiance, your boyfriend, your internet husband. Some of y'all showing your daughters like, hey, this is a dude. This is a brother right here. Some of you are showing your sons, this is also a brother. And some of you aunties are getting handled by a 29-year-old and you don't know what to do with. He's such an old soul with so much wisdom, but yet he's 29. How can I reconcile the fact that I'm 40 or 50 and I can relate to a 29-year-old? The reason why you're feeling that is because you're allowing yourself to recognize, and also to the brothers as well, how in the world can I relate to this brother and he hasn't been through everything that I've been through? Just because I haven't been through everything that you've been through doesn't mean that we're not both black. You have been where I'm going and I'm at where you've been. And there's a connection there that I genuinely feel that should be appreciated, respected, and embraced. So if you feel like, wait a minute, I'm a little attracted to him, I'm a little turned on by him, I'm a little, I'm a little enveloped by him, allow yourself to feel that. And with the older, younger dynamic, there are some of you who say, well, I can't date a 29-year-old. I can't date a 30-year-old. I got a son who's 30. Okay, and you grown and so am I. As Revelation 20:23 said, you should have counted up the cost, but instead we got lost in the second and the minute and the hour as we lay. So if you feel that way for a 29-year-old, 30-year-old, have that. Because sometimes we block our blessings based on what age should be. Because guess what? If a young person can screw you over and a grown person can screw you over, then where does that leave you? Where does that leave you? And to all the brothers out there, we are all black men. We got to recognize the fact that all we have is each other. That's it. That's all we got. I may not like you, but that doesn't mean I should not want to see you win. Because we all Could have been, and I've always said that we all are somebody today. We were all somebody yesterday. We're all somebody today. We're definitely going to be somebody tomorrow. So, 7 people in the building, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here in the building. You're a part of Brainley's virtual tour live. Higher is Wayne, lower is available. But either way, we are live on tour. We are in a very nice RV. TVs abound. Nice, walk-in shower, heated. Master bedroom is popping. The couch that folds out into beds. Like, we're rolling. We're rolling on the streets, highways and byways, of the possibilities of what can be. I'm so glad to have all of you here with me. If you have any questions for me in the terms of hot topics, stories, put them in the live chat. Would love to talk to you. Of course, click that StreamYard link if you want to come on up here with me. Would love to have you here. Let me give y'all some hot topics. As y'all know, Erica Mena is fired from she is fired from Love and Hip Hop next season. And I think that's going to be a permanent ban, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't get why we live in a culture and a society and we allow the frequency of disrespect. I don't get it. I don't understand it. My mind boggles with it most days. And it was completely wrong of what Erica Mena said. And me and Gigi talked earlier. I said what she's probably going to do is she's probably going to say, y'all going after my First Amendment. The First Amendment was created for media to be the fourth branch of government, to hold the legislative, judicial, and executive branches in line, accountable. You know what I mean? So yeah. So, but child, that was a lot. So I know Erica Mena is going to be upset about her check, but she did to her doggone self. Absolutely, she did. So yeah, let's see here. As I pull up TMZ, and child, I was supposed to go grocery shopping today, but I will. I'll probably do it Monday, probably. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my Lord Jesus. Oh wow. Okay, I did not know that. All right. So for those of you who know about Burning Man, the festival, just found this out on TMZ.com as of right now. Let me pull it up for y'all. I did not know this. Let's see. So Burning Man rained out flooded festival. Flooded festival. The goers to this festival are trapped. I had no idea about this. For those of you who don't know what Burning Man is a music festival. It's thrown in the middle of a desert, and it's a whole tall structure of straw, and they actually burn it. That's what they call it, Burning Man. And I had no idea about this as it continues to upload here. Okay. Let's see. So this is exclusive detail. So Burning Man 2023 rained out in the desert, attendees stuck in the mud. Exclusive details. It's pouring rain in the Nevada desert right now, which means Burning Man participants are stuck in a whole lot of mud, and that's and that whole thing is kind of on pause. The annual festival, where folks pilgrimage to the middle of nowhere for music, activities, and fun, the sun was met with a downpour heading into the weekend. In the last few days to enjoy Burning Man, which now looks to be all but ruined, to use Stewie's words. Check out these pictures obtained by TMZ showing the aftermath of a monsoon that came down in Black Rock Desert, where I was about to say Black Man Child. Burning Man is being hosted this year. It's a sloppy mess. As you can see, there are campers and vehicles parked all around, but they all seem to be somewhat sunken into the ground on account of the mud that has formed after the rainfall, which had gotten started the night before and trickled onto Saturday itself. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, that's mud right there for sure. The rest of the landscape certainly doesn't look Burning Man friendly. There really isn't a soul in sight either. Normally, everyone will be out enjoying themselves. No word on how long this rain out stitch will carry on, but people on the ground tell us attendees feel quite trapped right now as rain and mud have made moving around virtually impossible, and folks have been instructed to stay put until the conditions subside. The worst part, this might be the reality for another day or two, as it is expected to continue raining, at least according to some forecasts. To be honest, it sounds like a utter nightmare. Hoping the sun god comes to free comes to free spirits rescue Burning Man is almost over. So if you have any friends, I'm out in Black Rock Desert in Nevada, call and check in on them. Wow, that's wow. Okay, there is something there for sure, for sure. 6 people are in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're just on tour. We're talking about Raid to Love today. Had a huge panel show today. Talk with Solana, Queen T with GG9, myself and Q. Great panel today. Chris and Aries joined the panel today, and it got a little knees weak, arms heavy like spaghetti, and I had to handle somebody. My Leo line came out today, and yeah, it came out today. I'll just leave it there. If you want to go see it, go see it. If you don't, you don't have to. Lord help. But yes, let me see if there's any more. If there's any more topics here. Let's see. I'm trying to look. I don't think there's anything. Y'all know Jimmy Buffett, the legendary Jimmy Buffett, passed away at 76 from skin cancer. He's known for Margaritaville and bringing people together for a good time. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Jimmy was diagnosed with skin cancer 4 years ago that turned into lymphoma, and we were told that was the cause of death. As one close friend put it, he lived his life in the sun, literally and figuratively. Jimmy began receiving hospice care last Monday, and there was an outpouring of love from friends and family. We were told a week ago Sir Paul McCartney came to Jimmy's house and sang to Jimmy's family. So shout out to the legendary Jimmy Buffett. Rest in peace for sure here. Let's see. Lord. And of course, Erica Mina has not responded yet. I'm sure she will, though. I'm sure she will. I think that's really all the topics that I see on TMZ. Of course, y'all know Beyonce is almost done with her Renaissance tour. They say that her Renaissance tour that she is doing now outbeat her other tour that happened. I'm like, okay, you being your own record. Go ahead. I ain't mad at you. But she did put in the work, though. I mean, it was, soon as it's quiet, everybody stays quiet. So she puts on a show. Shout out to Beyonce too. I mean, she does a lot of good with the Bay Good Foundation and all that stuff. I'm not a Beehive member. I don't have that much money to, go to a concert, all that type of stuff. Plus, all that, I would like to diversify my money to make more money. You understand? But that's just me, though. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let me go to Variety.com and see if there's anything on Variety.com. Let me see here. All right, so as y'all know, the strike is still ongoing for the writer's strike. Writer's strike hits 4 month mark as resolve on both sides hardens, complicating the return to negotiations. So it seems like the strike will continue on to the end of the year, into the beginning of the year. So this fall is going to look real interesting. As I've been telling y'all, that unscripted TV is probably going to, be seen more than anything else. And like I said, these networks are praying that unscripted goes well, because if it does, then unscripted will be right on par with unscripted, more than likely. So just to let y'all know that. So let me see if I can go with deadline.com. 2 people are in the building. Thank you all so much. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been so much fun. I don't know if Aries came through. I think she might have been in the bushes, working out. Although Aries really doesn't need to work out. She is, and Aries is as real as she comes. Like, if I was on the show, I would Aries. I wouldn't mind choosing Aries as a partner. She seems really cool. My friends would make fun of me for wanting to date somebody with kids, and it's like, it's kind of hard out here because everybody has lived life, but the young lady that I'm trying to apply pressure to, she doesn't have any kids. And that's rare, you know what I mean? So, but we shall see, though. We shall see that. So, let's see. Oh my Lord Jesus. Winchester's crew member struck by lightning sues Warner Brothers over safety measures. Oh my Lord Jesus. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Hang on, let me read this story to y'all. And like I said, whenever you are working, on a actual set, like on location, anything can happen. But it says here, despite bad weather conditions, the crew of Warner Brothers series, The Winchesters, were instructed to keep filming. Shortly thereafter, lightning struck a crew member. Now, Warner Brothers is being sued for last year's incident in Louisiana, accused of ignoring safety rules. The suit asked for compensatory and punitive damages for physical injuries, emotional distress, and pain and emotional distress suffered by plaintiff Byron DiLorenzo. Warner's the CW network and executive producer Jensen Ackles, who starred in Supernatural, the precursor to the Winchesters, were named. Heavy rainstorm was underway during the shoot, according to the complaint filed. On Thursday, the director John Showalter allegedly changed the scene for it to be shot in the rain. He directed the crew to continue filming despite questions about safety. Lorenzo was standing next to a camera when a loud boom occurred, the complaint alleges. DeLorenzo said he saw a bright white light and then lightning struck him, knocking him unconscious. He was sent to the emergency room. Safety rules governing the production stated that if lightning strikes within a 6-mile area of the film set, production must immediately shut down. The shutdown needs to last until 30 minutes after the lightning storm passes. DiLorenzo claims in the court papers that he communicated with Warner Bros. Production coordinator and safety officers about procedures to follow when shooting during bad weather conditions. He was also told to purchase lightning detectors and weather apps. Well, listen, shout out to that cameraman and to the staff and crew, catering services or craft services, costume, makeup. Those are the people that make Hollywood happen. Like, of course, I show up on set, read a teleprompter, I make everything amazing, but without them, there is no Hollywood. For the fact that this brother DeLorenzo told the director that, hey, there's a lightning storm, and we should not film, and he filmed anyway, he can be sued and should be sued for that. So yeah, I mean, that is crazy to ignore lightning. What the hell? Like, no, there is no way. Like, no, like, even if I'm on set, like, hey, if something about happened, we're shutting down. I don't care. I don't care if they want the episode out tomorrow. No, I'd rather care about life than care about getting my money at that point. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? So I'll stay on here with y'all until we get to 3 hours, and then I'll probably get off of here. But I appreciate each and every one of you for being here from the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, the foundation of my being. Thank you for the support. And like I said, I love doing these lives because y'all get to see me in a whole different light. And it's amazing what is able to happen when you put yourself out there. So don't give up on your dreams, y'all. It just takes one step at a time for sure. Like I said, keep making moves. And guess what? If people want to doubt you, let them doubt you. Let them doubt your moves. Let them doubt the fact that you're doing anything. Let them think that, oh my God, they're down and out. Because the best way to show up is to show up the most unexpected. God has a way of humbling people. He really, really does. He really, really does. So I will be on here with y'all. By the way, my TikTok is popping, by the way. I got like 3,000. Oh, never sweet life. And honestly, tell you the truth, I believe that I am going to grow. I really do believe that, not just because I'm putting in the work to grow, but because I believe my personality is something different on this platform. I think that people who are gravitating to me, who are watching me, they hear a voice that is different. I think they hear a voice that is measured, and I think they hear a voice that sounds real. And I think that that's important, that we have relatability and quality, and also we just have a very dynamic connection. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really do believe in that. So I thank you, Sweet Life, for that great support. And I never will stop doing what I do. Because let me tell you something. My dreams are bigger than YouTube. For some people, they will stay on YouTube because that's all they can do. Nothing wrong with that. There are plenty of people that, they have 1,000,000, 900,000, 800,000, and they make buku money. You understand? They make buku money where they can do whatever they want to do because they know the views are going to come in. But I know God has put more in me to do than just YouTube. I genuinely know that, feel that, and embrace that. And yeah, so yeah. Like I said, I talked with somebody today about a job that I applied for, and I talked to my friend about that job. And I said, this job that I applied for incorporates every skill. And I said to him, if you're going to go for anything in life, and I really do mean this piece of advice, have a main goal, but make spontaneous decisions. But here is the T on that. Make spontaneous decisions relating to your goal. So if you are let's just say you're a cosmetologist, right? Your main goal is to open up your own shop. You make a spontaneous decision to work at a hair supply place. You make a decision to go to a hair convention. You make a decision to make a website. You make a decision to teach a class. You make a decision. You see what I'm saying? So all the spontaneous decisions that you make relate to getting to your main goal. That's real talk. You know what I mean? So, but yes, indeed. By the way, season 9, y'all, of Ready to Love will be in New Orleans. And by the way, they are casting for men. They're casting for men. They're not casting for women. Although, if you type in Ready to Love Casting on Instagram, you can probably find a producer of the show, and you can email them your name, your phone number, where you're from, your social media handles, why you want to be on the show, a headshot. You could potentially be on the Oprah Winfrey Network. So it looks like season 9 is going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana. And then I did see on a producer's profile that there will be a season 10. So for 10 seasons, 10 years, there has been a black dating show on television. And that right there is a accomplishment. That is a black accomplishment. Okay. So for sure. Y'all stay right here. I will be right back. I'm still here with y'all. Just hang on. Hey, y'all, I am back. Thank y'all for still being there for a minute. I just, child, I had to go to the restroom for a minute. I've been on for like almost 3 hours live, so. Yes, indeed. By the way, Equalizer pushes summer box office past $4 billion in the final weekend. Go ahead. I think that is going to be the end of the Equalizer franchise, according to Antoine Fuqua. But of course, anything is possible. It's Denzel Washington. And so I can guarantee it. I'm gonna give you 9 seconds. Give you 9 seconds to understand what the hell I can do to you. There's this one dude, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he can do, and y'all probably know who he is. You've probably seen him on social media. He can do a Denzel Washington impression just excellently. Like I can guarantee it. What do you say? What do you say? You can definitely do it for sure. So shout out to Denzel Washington, and just for everything that he has done in his career. Just greatness upon greatness upon greatness upon greatness. By the way, if you are into video games, oh Lord Jesus, the SAG board seeks authorization for second strike against video game companies. So the SAG-AFTRA National Board voted unanimously to submit to vote a strike authorization to its member. This move comes as union preparations for upcoming negotiation sessions with video game companies that are signatories to their agreements. Here we go again. Our interactive video game agreement is now at stalemate 2. SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher said in a statement, "Once again, we are facing employer greed and disrespect. Once again, our official intelligence is putting our members in jeopardy by reducing their opportunity to work. Once again, SAG-AFTRA is standing up to tyranny on behalf of its members." Lord Jesus, the voice and performance artists who bring video game characters to life deserve a contract that reflects the value that they bring to a multi-billion-dollar video game industry. Voice and performance capture AI are amongst the most advanced uses of AI. The threat is there and it's real. Without contractual protections, the employers are asking performers to unknowingly participate in the extinction of their artistry and livelihoods. I agree with that. Charles Martinet, nice Italian boy, has retired as the voice of Mario, and I will tell you this: the video gaming community, the Mario Machinima community, all felt the sadness of that brother leaving. And yes, there's a new Mario voice, but also, Charles Martinet, voiced Bowser and Wario and Luigi and Waluigi and Luigi. So it's a very sad day. But Charles Martinet is still a part of the Nintendo family. He will be the brand ambassador for Mario. And, I think even though he's retiring from the voice, that doesn't mean that he cannot do the voice. So that voice will be him. So whoever comes in as Mario, you have some big shoes to fill. But also, too, there will never be another Charles Martinet. He's a legend. I even did a Mario impression on my Instagram. Let me see if I can do. I gotta really lose myself for this. What is this a place? Oh my God, I'm trying to think. Whoa. Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die. What is this a place? Wow, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Let's go. Yahoo! It's a me, Mario. So I even tried to do the Mario impression, right? Of course, I'm not Charles Martinet. There's no way I could be him. But definitely for sure, I think voice actors of any capacity should be paid for sure. Well, you guys, it has been a fun virtual tour live. We've been on for 3 hours and 17 minutes. It is time to pull into the garage and close up the garage. It has been so much fun being here with all of you. 4 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Like I said, this has been such a great time. And y'all, honestly, I just want people to know that, good night, Nikki Muse. Love you. And honestly, too, let me tell y'all something. For those of you who may judge a 3-hour live or a 4-hour live, that's endurance. Okay, there are people who do, 4-hour, 5-hour radio shows live 5 days a week. So if you can do a 3-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour stream, that just goes to show that you got something in you and you have to let things breathe. So with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube, if I do say so myself. So know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully, by spending time together, we will rise up to be great together. And always remember, and I really do mean this, whether you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just allowing yourself to know that just because the world may feel like a problem doesn't mean you can't become a solution. Make sure the replay is not just worthy for you to watch it, not just worthy for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. Make sure the replay is not just worthy for you to watch it, not just worthy for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. Make sure the replay is not just worthy for you to watch it, not just worthy for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. And I said this at the end of my live. I normally don't come in at the end of my intro. I let the intro play, but I did do something last night. I said, I want you to know that you're loved, that you're cared for, and that you do matter. Knowing my upbringing, not everybody gets love in life. Not everybody gets the apology that they deserve. Not everybody gets the second chance that they look for. But I want you to know, if anything, you deserve to apologize to yourself, to forgive yourself. You deserve your own second chance, and you deserve to love your damn self, because you have made it through all the obstacles in your way. You have achieved so much, and for you to still be here, if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. But also too, I'm proud of you. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. And I will see you all real soon. Good night, everybody.